of Horror podcast. Mike here with
Big Sal
and
Sam Semino.
today, folks, it's a catching up episode. We're going to be talking about a bunch of films that we've been watching over the last few months. Still taking a break on the plant horror, but we will get back to it sooner or later. So we've been watching a lot of new movies, a lot of old movies, new TV shows and stuff. So we're going to go through a whole bunch today. So sit back and relax. We got to thank you all for listening and streaming and subscribing on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, and we have an email address. We want to hear from you. Sam, what's the email?
Fuck yourself at last 3 rows of horror at gmail.com.
Drop us a line and we'll sell. He might. Never mind. I'm going to skip that one. We're going to edit that out. So anyway,
Great intro.
yes, I don't know where to go from this. I have no idea where to go from this. I'm going to tell you what. I have a short list of movies here that I'm going to tell you about real quick. This is stuff that I've seen in the theater. Yes, I still go to the movie theater sometimes to see movies. Civil War, First Omen, In the Land of Saints and Sinners, Late Night with the Devil, Snack Shack, Dune Part 2, Imaginary, and Drive Away Dolls. I think we're going to talk about all of those films.
Oh, definitely. I got those
But before we do that, I'm going to talk about an old one that I have always enjoyed, and it's definitely a cult film. It's from 1974. It's one of Brian De Palma's first films. It's called Phantom of the Paradise, and it's a rock opera. It's probably the best rock opera that you've never seen. Who would this star? Okay, you got Jessica Harper, who was the star of Suspiria. She was also in the Rocky Horror Picture Show sequel.
Chicago native, by the way.
Oh, is
Jessica
she?
Harper, yeah.
But she sings in this one, and I'm trying to think who else is in it. Garrett Graham. You recently watched Chud.
Yes.
So I don't know if he was in the first one, but he was Bud the Chud in part 2. Garrett Graham.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a character named Beef in Phantom of the Paradise. You never seen that one?
The second shot?
No, Phantom of the Paradise.
No.
It's awesome, man.
Is it?
It's hard to describe. It's like, do you know the musician Paul Williams?
No, I only know the little guy, Paul Williams. With
That's
the
what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, he's funnier than shit.
So he's Swan. He's a record producer. He owns a theater, and he's trying to put on this giant rock opera
Okay.
based on Faust. Well,
Okay.
the creator of the rock opera is this guy, Winslow, played by the actor William Finley,
Okay.
who's just, he's tall. He looks like Howard Stern.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
I know who, yeah.
So he writes this, what is he called? A cantata based on Faust, and then Swan steals it.
Okay.
And they're selling their souls, and the music is actually pretty good.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, that one's cool. From 1974. Phantom of the Paradise. Definitely check that one out. But we're going to use IMDb a lot for today, but Sam's got everything prepared too. So take us away, Sam.
Yeah, I figured we'd just get started on some random movies right here. I split these up in because we've been talking about a lot of different stuff on these catching up episodes. So let's talk about some comedies first, move into some dramas. From there, maybe a little sci-fi. Then we'll finish it off with some of the best horror we've seen.
And I got to say hello to all our new listeners. I know we have a lot of new co-workers that we work with that are new to the show. So hello, everybody. Thanks for listening. See you at work.
Have you been running the new listeners, Mike?
I've been spreading the word, sharing the links. Don't forget, we are on YouTube.
Yeah.
We got a Facebook page.
Yep.
Instagram. Sam runs the Instagram. I run the Facebook. What else? Spotify, of course. You can find us on there. iTunes. Just Google us. Last 3 rows of horror podcast. You'll find us.
Actually, I've had a few clients I've told about our podcast, and they're like, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah." And they go, "I love horror movies." They said, "Look us up.
Check us out.
Look us up. Check us out, man."
This one lady told me, she said, "Stay away from that guy. He was telling me about all these gore movies.
Cannibal Holocaust?
Something called The Terrifier. I don't know what he was talking about."
actually, now that my nephew brought that up, I rewatched Terrifier 2 today. I fucking love that movie.
Is it this year? Part 3's coming?
Yes, October.
Yeah, I think, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Terrifier 3, people.
He said October 24th. I'm sorry. October of 24. I'm sorry.
It's coming.
That's what the clown said.
We're gonna have to go see that one again. That was
told me and Sammy.
Oh yeah.
That was so fun when we went and saw the second one.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And Lauren Lavera's in it again.
Nice.
I'm going just to watch her. She's magnificent.
Oh yeah.
Damn it!
So I figured we started off with one Mike recommended to us all, Snack Shack.
Yes, great comedy. Not a horror film,
Not at all, no.
but a awesome coming of age, a little bit of a sex comedy.
That was loud. Sorry.
That's all right.
Go
I
for
like it.
Yeah, this is a fun movie. I wasn't expecting it to be to go in that direction, really.
Great soundtrack.
How old are you guys? 16.
Yeah, it's all about these kids who are like, they brew beer, they're at the off-track betting, like smoking and fucking.
Nice.
Oh, they smoke a
Making
lot of
bets,
cigarettes.
yeah.
Yes, they do. It's 1991 in Nebraska.
Yeah, they're like hustlers, basically, you know?
She gives him the finger.
Seems like, small town, they're trying to get out of it, so they're trying to make as much money as possible.
I was trying to place it like their lifeguard buddy. He's one of the kids that was in the first Jurassic World that came out 2015.
Oh, no
I think it
kidding.
was. Yeah, I had to look that up. Yeah, but these two kids are like pretty new. I think they're not really in much.
No.
Sometimes I like watching films with new people in it,
Yeah.
new talent.
Oh, they're funny, both these guys.
You don't see a ton of movies about like the 90s, early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah,
No,
you don't. You don't.
And like I said, the soundtrack is excellent. Early 90s. There's a group in there from the Netherlands called the Urban Dance Squad. They were like one of the first rap metal bands. Very kind of almost like Chili Peppers. Who you're listening to now? That's EMF. That song, Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you, your oh my god, your pick with Matt Dillon, that first movie he made, one of the first movies he
Over the
made.
Edge?
Over the Edge was excellent,
Wasn't it?
Excellent,
Oh, yeah.
excellent,
I'm
excellent.
still meaning
movie.
to get to that one.
Oh my god,
You'll love it.
I mean, when did you say that came out? 78, 79?
78,
The
9 or something like that.
brutality of that movie, Mike.
Yeah, it was, yeah,
Dude, with the
brutal.
school.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Kids are putting a school on fire.
Oh, I almost forgot with this movie. It made me laugh because when you see people pop up that from like, not movies and stuff like
it's
that.
one of them?
The one kid's dad in this movie is the actor Steve Berg, if you know who I'm talking about. He's the dad with the big beard and everything like that.
I know that name. I just can't.
It's funny because I know him from like UFO circles and shit like
Okay.
that. He's
Oh.
a big like UFO guy and everything. So I
Really?
watched him give this talk about like the absurdity of high strangeness one time at like this UFO con. It was awesome.
Okay,
neat.
so far
Yeah.
that's wrong. They're putting ketchup on a hot dog. Who does
Yeah,
that?
and it's called a fuck dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
They spell the word fuck on it.
Are they
And
really?
they sell it for like another 75 cents to the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, good movie. I definitely recommend.
It's got the same kind of feel-good feel of like Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yeah. Just these kids running amok like
And
summer.
the brunette in this film, oh my God, gorgeous.
She's smoking hot
I
there.
think she was a child actress maybe. And
Think
now, well, yeah, she's an adult now and just, yeah, talented.
Yeah, go watch Snack Shack. And so say that 5 times fast.
Actually,
So another comedy I thought was really good was Ricky Stanicky. Did you guys see this at all?
Still haven't watched
not
it.
yet.
Oh man, this was a fun one. Yeah, John Cena.
Is he dressed like
yeah.
Britney Spears there?
He was, yeah. It's Zach Efron, Andrew Santino's in it.
Funny.
Jermaine Fowler is so like the three of them are buddies. And like their whole life, they like, when they were kids, like they burned down a house and like they're writing a jacket like it was a kid named Ricky Stanicky. So they go through their whole life, like, getting out of stuff with like their wives or girlfriends by being like, oh, Ricky's got cancer again. We got to go visit him in the hospital. It's like,
Just the name alone, Ricky Stanicky.
yeah. So then Andrew,
I was like that name, Mike.
Andrew Santino's like having a kid and he misses the birth of his child. So like the whole family's like, we want to meet this Ricky. Like, how come no one's ever met him before? So they hired John Cena, who's like this alcoholic, Las Vegas performer. That's why you see him in the Britney Spears thing, because he does his whole stick is Rock Hard Rod. He does like boner jams. So
I hate his wrestling, but I love his movies.
he's Alice Cooper and he's like, spooge out my penis. Stuff like spooge on my tummy.
Oh my God.
Pants, look at him.
Yeah, so he gets clean and everything, and he becomes Ricky Stanicky, and then
Stanicky.
of course, like a regular comedy movie, it gets out of control, and he's like, I am Ricky Stanicky now. He gets a job at the the wealthy corporate office and everything, and
Oh, the guy from Shameless.
Yeah.
What's his name?
William
William
H.
H.
Macy.
Macy.
Oh my God, what's wrong with that guy?
Yeah, this was a good one. It's like kind of an old school comedy where it's like, kind of X-rated, a little bit like that.
I would check this out. Is this on what app was this on?
I think this might have been a Prime movie.
Okay.
That's funny too. They noticed that like William H. Macy's been like he gives speeches and he keeps going like this, He's like like he looks like he's giving a blowjob during every speech.
Devo and what's his face?
Boy George.
Boy George.
Jeff Ross is in it as like a rabbi.
He's
Jeff
funny.
Ross is hello. Did you see the two
roast
Bobs
master.
going at it, Mike?
Yeah, this is a good one.
This
I
looks like a
recommend this.
hoot.
This is just a stupid fun movie.
Why would a giant dress up like Britney Spears, man? I hope he got paid some big dollars.
I think he was performing to something like "Jerk Me, Baby, One More Time" or something like that.
I love John Cena in his movies, man. He's funny.
Yeah, John Cena's hilarious. I
Oh
think.
my God! When he was in Sisters, he was what's his name's best friend. I want you to meet my best friend. What the devil's name? Pazuzu.
One thing, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe you could like tell from there. Doesn't he just look like his hands are like huge for
Yeah,
some reason,
yeah.
like out of
Yeah.
proportion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
In this movie too, he's like, oh yeah, I got addicted to roids. They're like, you can get addicted to roids. He's like, oh yeah.
Did
oh,
you
yeah.
see him now, Mike? Did you see John Cena now?
Yeah.
He's back on WWE. Sammy, he lost half his mass.
Really?
He is
Yeah.
not half as big as he used to be.
He got older, man.
Yeah.
Weird. So another, kind of comedy drama.
Okay.
Mike recommended to us, Drive Away Dolls.
This
Yeah.
one, yeah, it's kind of funny. It's got some humor to it. I mean, I laughed maybe just like once or twice. I did see this in the theaters. Not bad.
Who's the chick in the middle, Mike? She looks familiar.
Margaret Qualley is her name.
Yeah, Margaret Qualley.
That's Andy McDowell's daughter.
Yes.
Oh,
Did
is
you
that
know
who
that?
it is?
That's right. Beanie Feldstein is in this. She's Jonah Hill's sister. Oh yeah, Ethan Coen.
Yeah, this is the first movie that like one of the Coen brothers have made without each other. This
right.
is Ethan Coen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. She's like a lesbian kind of, looking for, I don't know if she's looking for love necessarily. That one is.
Adventure.
I forget her name. Yeah, she's
She
more
was
like
good.
kind of uptight.
Yeah. She was a very good actress. I forget her name though.
Yeah, so what would you say like is the plot of this movie? Like they kind of escape town, but they end up getting like a car
Yeah.
that is like has this.
There's something in the car. This guy's funny as hell.
Yeah, there's something that you don't find out later until.
He's gonna be in that new I think it's I.S.S film, Sasquatch Sunset.
Stop it.
Yeah. He's one of the Sasquatches.
He's been in like a lot of Ari Aster films. Well, not
Is
that
it?
there's been a lot of them, but
Oh, that guy was in Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, he was good in Fear the Walking Dead.
it just made me laugh. That guy, he's like very monotone. He plays it, and they fuck him up, and he's like laying on the floor all night long. He's like, they really hurt Curly this time. He's talking about himself in like the third person. Yeah, so they're looking for this case because it kind of belongs to Matt Damon in a way. So Matt Damon has like a little cameo in this movie
Is that
too.
a girl?
That's Beanie
Yeah.
Feldstein.
That's
What's
Jonah,
his name's sister?
Jonah Hill's
Yeah.
sister.
She looks
yeah.
just like him.
Yeah, she's a big girl.
Yeah, this is kind of just one of those like quirky like dramas.
It
you know?
is. It feels like an indie comedy.
Yeah. It's one of those movies that like the Coen brothers do well, where it's like it kind of builds its own world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you kind of get sucked into like everybody's a little weird and like Fargo.
Okay. Okay.
Bill Camp. Oh yeah, Miley Cyrus is in it.
Cynthia Plastercaster, I think she plays. It's just like, what is the real girl's name from real life that like was molding like this? That's kind of what this
she's,
movie's based on.
She's an old groupie.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
But she like did like plaster casts of like Jimi
Everybody.
Hendrix's dick.
Zeppelin,
really? Yeah.
everybody.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah, Drive Away Dolls, fun one. So moving on, another like comedy. Did you guys watch Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire?
I
Not
can't.
yet.
I
Not yet.
can't. Enough with
This
the
was directed by the
Ghostbusters.
guy who did like Monster House and like the newest Poltergeist movie. If you saw that one,
Yeah, I
that
did.
was all right.
Is that,
but
is
not,
that Ryan? Is that Ryan Reynolds?
No.
no,
Oh, it's Ant-Man, right? Is that Ant-Man in the front?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Paul
Then I
Rudd.
will- then
Paul
I will
Rudd.
watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
Rudd.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
so this,
the young girl McKenna Grace, I do like her. She's talented.
yeah, Carrie Coon, she's great in a lot
You
of
did
stuff
see it,
too.
Mike? This one?
No.
Did you see me?
Yeah, I watched this one.
It was good.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. I liked it. Yeah, so this one, they're like in New York City again. The last one was what, in like Iowa or Kansas, something like that. But yeah, they're back to like basically they're like the new Ghostbusters. They're like they've already like they got cases and everything. They're back in the old like Dan Aykroyd gives them like the old fire station. But I don't know. This one like it took a while to get going, but it like I feel like they kind of wasted the villain a little bit. He kind of just shows up at the end for like 15 minutes. And
See, I love Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man. Now I gotta watch it.
That was great though. They brought back Walter Peck from
Yes,
right.
what was it, the first one?
This man has no penis.
Yeah, now he's like the mayor and he hates the new Ghostbusters.
The guy that was in Real Genius, that 80s movie. Is that the guy?
Real Genius?
Yeah, the one with Val Kilmer.
I don't know. Was he in that?
Yeah.
Walter, the EPA guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the ghosts escape, right?
Yeah,
They're traps?
basically. Yeah, they're like they got this there's like this cube, or not a cube, it's like a ball that they find or whatever, but it's like containing like this one, demon basically.
okay.
Yeah, that guy with the big horns and shit.
Okay, Mike, I gotta ask: is Sigourney Weaver got a cameo?
Actually, no.
I have not seen this one.
No, you know what? They
That
didn't
would have
give-
been awesome.
I wish they would bring back Rick Moranis.
Yeah, not her, and Rick Moranis isn't in it either.
Yeah, but Sammy said that'd be really hard because he doesn't want to do films anymore when his wife passed.
Yeah. They do like some really good callbacks in this one though, like the library ghost, or they got all these little the marshmallow men that are running around.
When I seen the preview and they show the marshmallow guys and the guy just in the windshield wipers, that was funny.
Or
Slimer, right?
Slimer's back. Yeah,
Mike, how would you like to have a bunch of marshmallow guys on your windshield?
this is good. Patton Oswalt's
I'd eat
really
him.
funny in this.
Oh,
too.
he's in this?
Yeah, he's really funny.
Proton packs.
Yeah, so basically, like all of like New York is like now frozen because of this dude, and they're like, they got to recruit the old Ghostbusters, and
Man, Bill Murray's is he getting old? Wow.
So I don't know. This is kind of just like, I don't know if I'd say this was a great movie, but it wasn't bad. Like it was entertaining for a couple hours.
The female cast of Ghostbusters, that movie was horrible, and I love Melissa McCarthy. I love her. She's funnier than shit.
I'm not a fan of this kid. The
Finn
Stranger Kids kid.
Wolfhard?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he's from?
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd watch it. It's definitely worth a watch, I'd say. Yeah.
I do wanna see
an
it.
hour and a half, hour
Okay.
45 minutes
All right.
or so.
I love Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson's funnier than a motherfucker.
Oh, he's
man.
great. Yeah. Leviathan.
He's fucking funny.
He was in Leviathan?
Yeah, I believe so.
So Sammy, the little girl
Was
with
it
the
either that or Deep Space Six or whatever that movie was? I always get them confused.
Sammy, the little girl with the glasses, is that supposed to be Annie Potts' daughter? She kind of looks
No.
like her.
No, she is Harold Ramis's daughter.
Harold
Grand-
Ramis.
Or granddaughter.
Harold
sorry.
Ramis. How funny was that dude? That dude was funny.
She's ruthless though.
Great
She's
writer.
like her mom is
Great
Carrie
director.
Coon, and she's like always ripped because her mom is just like she's not dumb or anything, but she's just not a genius. And the mom is the little girl is constantly like, if you worked for the old Ghostbusters, you'd be answering the phones. I don't know why anyone lets you come with us.
Like Annie
She's
Potts.
mean, yeah. Oh, the girl who plays in Dr. Sleep that plays Snakebite Andy. She's
Yeah.
a ghost in this movie too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she kind of has like a
Love
whole
Dr. Sleep.
second story thing going on.
Love Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, that actress is great. So Mike also told us about this other one, In the Land of Saints and Sinners. You want to tell us what this
was
one's
fantastic. Okay, so it's the 70s, and it's Ireland, and Liam Neeson. I kind of get the feeling like he's ex-IRA or he's fighting against the IRA, but he's like a retired hitman.
He's like, I used to make bombs.
He comes out of retirement.
Oh, Mike, then it is like his old shit.
No, this is nothing like he's ever done.
And I like him, but
what's his name?
same
Cole
guy.
Meany?
Cole
He's
Meany,
great.
Yeah.
great cast in this one. Awesome story. Could be possibly based on something like a true account. The IRA was, it was a terrorist organization. I also like the other actor. He has a name that's hard to pronounce, but he's in a bunch of Irish films, British films. He plays his cop buddy in this.
Didn't he play an alien guy in Star Trek, the new Star Treks? Is that the guy you talk about, the heaviset guy?
No, you're talking about Cole Meany. He was not an alien in Star Trek.
Wasn't he?
No.
He was also in that Steven Seagal ship movie when they're on the ship.
Oh, yeah. It's Under Siege.
Yeah, Under Siege.
Yes, he was.
I like that dude, Mike. He's cool.
Cole Meany?
Yeah, he's always in cool shit.
that actor.
No, that's not.
yeah.
Who
I
is that dude?
I forget his how to pronounce his name, but he very good actor. He was in a really cool ghost movie that came out over 10, 12 years ago. I
Yeah,
can't
what was
remember
that?
the name of it.
IMDb that bitch.
Yeah. I will look it up.
No, I'm serious. Right in front of you.
I'm sorry, Sammy. What do you want me to do?
Who's that guy? Yeah. If you go to, I'm sure it got the movie
Okay,
on there.
faster.
Yeah.
Good action, though, Mike.
Yeah, good shoot 'em up. Very good story. I will tell you in
Who was she, Sammy?
just a moment.
She looks familiar.
I didn't see your name.
Okay, Kieran Hines.
Kieran Hines.
Is that actor. And I'm going to tell you the ghost movie that he was in that I really liked. It was from like 2010 maybe. Not so much of a ghost movie, kind of like a thriller.
I've been watching a lot of early 2000 movies, Sammy.
This guy's been in a ton of good shit.
And stuff that I never heard of. You know, I'll just be on Tubi and like, oh, let me check this out, and it fucking winds up being
From
good.
2009, The Eclipse. Good ghost movie.
Didn't see that.
Filmed
I saw
in
that one,
filmed in
yeah.
Ireland.
Must be
Aidan,
thinking about something else.
what's that actor?
Aidan Brody?
Aidan Quinn,
Oh.
I think is in it.
Oh, the guy that was in Reckless with Sarah Hannah, the young guy.
That's a film I don't know.
He was in Dreams with Annette Bening. How the fuck do I know that one? That's a deep cut.
Did
Okay.
you see Annette Bening now? Oh my God, she aged
she's
bad.
getting old, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is one that was like kind of a drama, but I put this on here because it has some funny moments in it. It's called On Fire. Did you
No, I
did you
didn't
guys
see
watch this one? All right, so this has like this is like written and directed by Peter Fasinelli. You know, he's like
yeah.
the asshole guy from what is it? Can't Hardly Wait.
Can't hardly wait.
Yeah, so he wrote and directed this, and it is cheesy as fuck. This movie. It also has Fiona Dourif in it too.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, but it has
Brad's
a bunch
daughter.
of. I put this on this list because it has a bunch of
She's
people.
a creepy looking
that
chick.
are-
Sometimes she's creepy, Mikey, and then sometimes I find her attractive.
Brad Dourif
Yeah.
is retiring from acting. He's only going to do Chucky stuff now.
Yeah, but did you see the new series of Chucky? He's getting
Never.
real old now. He's dying. Chucky's dying
Yeah,
now.
I wanted to start watching the second half of that season, but I put this on here because she has like a normal role actually, and she's pretty good in it. Also,
Yeah.
Lance Hendrickson's in this.
Oh my
Nice.
God, he's
That's an
getting
old
old
timer.
too.
He plays like this old like curmudgeon who's like he's about to die. He's got like lung cancer, and he's like just leave me my smokes and let me burn in the fire.
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, he's getting up there too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's pregnant too.
Yeah, so this whole movie is like one of those kind of movies, you know, where they're like trying to escape the fire the whole time. But yeah, it gets cheesy as fuck. At one time, like they see this, they look over, they see this old lady. She's in a walker, and she's fully engulfed in flames, and she's like, "Ah, help me!" There it was right there. I laughed so fucking hard.
See, Mike, my nephew's getting just like me. I would have laughed if I would have seen that.
It was great.
I would have taken her walker away, Mike.
But then, like, that's it made me laugh even harder that's the thing that wears the kid down so bad that he starts crying and he screams into the forest, "Fuck you, fire!"
No, come on, really?
This is so bad that
Mike,
it's like,
the stuff that
Fuck
they
you,
drop on the
fire.
planes, the stuff that they drop on the planes to put out the fire. With my luck, I'd probably choke on it.
oh man.
Is this like a California wildfire?
Yeah, but this is like, I guess it's supposedly it's like based on a true story.
I was just gonna ask you if it's true.
Yeah, but it's been happening a lot. Like
The kid yells,
Canada.
fuck you,
Yeah.
fire.
He yells, "Fuck you, fire!"
Jeez.
So bad.
Some
I want to see the
award-winning
kid.
writing right
I want to
there.
see the kid burn alive, real bad, dude.
No, I think I would have laughed seeing the lady in the wall.
I kind of wished he would have helped the lady, and then he would have caught on fire. You know?
Talk about bad dialogue.
Mike-
Once we get to imaginary, that one's full of bad dialogue.
There's,
Come on,
yeah.
Mike. Come on.
I wanted to almost get up and walk out when this old lady in the movie stands up and says something so fucking stupid. I was like, you just ruined the movie.
So one that we've also talked a ton about, but I just wanted to include in here, the Enfield Poltergeist. They made an Apple TV series about this. I just wanted to put this on here because we've talked about it a lot. I finally watched this. There was like a lot of great like recordings and videos and footage that they put in this that even I couldn't find when I was like scouring for this shit, you know, when we were doing our Enfield Poltergeist
What was
Conjuring
the
episode.
What was the ghost name? Bill what?
Bill Wilkins.
Bill Wilkins.
He said, "Okay, back here. You fucks are here." But yeah, this is like they just like some good reenactments in there. But it's pretty much like the whole true story again. They lay into the Warrens pretty hard on this one too.
Really?
Oh, I bet they do.
We're going to talk about, also, I thought it was pretty funny that we're going to talk about Late Night at the Devil, like at the end of this episode. But that one, they kind of shit on the Warrens too a little bit.
Remind me, did we talk about the Warren's case in Bridgeport, Connecticut, about that haunted house where the cat was talking?
No, I would have remembered that.
I don't think we talked about that one.
Yeah.
No.
That's one of their infamous cases. They were reporting, they were they were assigned to go check out this house in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And supposedly there was a cat talking to them. Yeah.
I don't know. That's the Warrens have a lot of like unbelievable shit going on there.
See,
well,
that-
they
that-
weren't
that
the only
would
they weren't the only ones that witnessed it.
That would be pushing it with the cat.
Yeah. So go watch this one. This is on Apple TV. This is a cool little one. It came out like I think around Halloween last year.
I like the scenery though, Sammy.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the scenery. It's dark.
It was a good one.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Go watch that. Go listen to our Conjuring on Enfield one.
Oh
That
man,
was
how many episodes did we do on The Conjuring?
I think we did like 12 of them, but a couple of them were like two-parters, like Amityville.
I thought it was 7 parts we did of anime.
I think we did like 7 stories, but it was 13 episodes because we did like Enfield. The Enfield was 2
Yeah, but it
or
was
3.
fun. It
Find
was
them
fun,
all on
though. It was
Spotify,
fun, though. I
folks.
like
it.
If you go on Spotify or iTunes, you look up the name of the podcast, you'll see all our back catalog. It's all on there.
Awesome. So, Sal, I know you said you watched this one, right? Somewhere Quiet.
Yeah.
What did you think of it? It was a little.
He loved it.
I don't know if I would call this one necessarily horror. It was kind of like a psychological thriller.
You know what? I will say the ending. I didn't see it coming. Usually, I see the ending coming, but I didn't think that was going to happen. But basically, it was a snoozer. It was a snoozer, man. It had no stability to it at all. None.
You know what I'd say?
None.
I like this one because there's an actress in this, Maren Ireland, who she's been in a bunch of stuff. We talked about her. She was in Eileen. She was the woman that gets tied up in a basement.
Oh yeah.
Mike, did you see this? Don't watch it, boy.
Ironically, she ends up tied up in a basement in this movie too.
Did you see this?
Eileen
Yeah,
was
I watched this
disturbing.
one, yeah.
Did you like it?
I thought it was. You know what? Like I said, I liked Maren Ireland because she's great at being like. She's really jovial and everything, and she's laughing and like having fun with everybody. And then like in an instant, she switches to like menacing.
You know what? You know what, Mike? This would have been a better film if there was more involved. It was just so moving.
Man, we always try and recommend the movie, but I forget it. What was the one where she was like the crazy doctor that was remember she was experimenting? It was like a Frankenstein movie with the little girl.
Yeah, the one where they brought her to life.
Yeah. That one was good. She's in there.
Oh,
She's,
something. Oh God. Oh, I can't think of it.
yeah, but basically like the plot of this movie is like this woman and her husband like go on a retreat to this his family's property after she was like kidnapped. And she escaped from someone. Yeah,
for a while she was kidnapped.
But the whole movie, she's kind of like suspecting that it was her husband who like orchestrated the kidnapping. So it has this whole like psychological drama going on throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
And you know what? I love dramas, but this one just wouldn't move, man.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow, but I just think Maren Ireland is great in it. I love her and everything I've seen her in.
I mean, Mike, the where they were trying to get to with the movie, it could have been better. It just seemed like the writer just was falling asleep writing this fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
It was. I didn't like it at all. But I
burn.
had to muscle my way through this, man. Seriously, holy shit.
Yeah, lately there was a couple things where I started watching where I normally never do this, where I'm just like, nope, turn it off.
Yeah. I've been doing that
I'm
a
not
lot
wasting
lately.
time anymore.
Back when I was renting DVDs from Netflix, a lot of times I would just fast forward through stuff.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that.
Yeah.
But you liked it. You liked renting. You had
Oh,
some fun with
geez.
it.
For I don't know how many years.
Yeah, it took
so
you
many
a while.
years.
It
I
took
was
you a
I was
while.
I was renting from Netflix. I was
Yeah.
getting 4 DVDs at a time in the mail.
Yeah, but I thought financially that was a great idea.
Oh, it was
Great idea.
Great, man.
Great
that's,
idea.
That's back when I used to collect DVDs too. So
I know one that I didn't want to fast forward through was Out of Darkness. Have you guys heard of this movie? It was kind of a sleeper. It was from the UK.
okay.
I think I seen it, Sammy. What's the dealio?
Yeah, so this is it basically takes place in like the Stone Age. Like I think it was like 4500 BC or 45,000 BC. Basically like a gang of early humans like band together, like they come to America, what it was, or like it's like
Yes, I did see
they
this.
come across like
Yes.
from Europe.
Yeah, I did see this.
What language are they speaking?
I think in the movie it was called like Tola or
Yeah.
something like that, but I don't think it's like I think it was made up for the film,
Yeah.
like kind of based on reality, but
They
yeah,
like-
how the fuck do you know what
Are they
anybody,
grunting?
like-
You know what, Sammy?
no, it's like an actual language that they're speaking.
They can understand each other. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know what? This one, I feel the same way about this one.
It was a snoozer for you.
Yeah.
I thought this was pretty good because
Yeah.
they thought that it's like
Yeah.
you come to believe it's this like big giant like being that's
Right.
like it steals this kid, and then they start looking for it, and then like it's slowly picking them off one by one.
You know what this one was, Mike? This movie led to nothing. It did for me.
I don't think so.
I think so. It led to no. I mean, it was like, come on, man. I was waiting for something cool to happen, or some big monster dude, or some dinosaurs, and
Well, there's a little bit of a twist at
A
the
little
ending,
bit,
but I think
yeah.
like I don't know. I think
Yeah.
like I kind of saw that coming though. You
See,
know,
Sammy,
Is it better than Clan of the Cave Bear or Quest for Fire?
yeah,
It's
I
better?
Think so yeah.
All right.
you know what? You know
favorite
what?
caveman movies.
I'd rather watch those than this again.
Really, you know what? I did notice they all kind of have like hipster caveman haircuts. Though.
Yeah. But these guys are, obviously they have their own language and they know what to do, so they're way advanced cave people.
Like that one girl,
Yeah.
she could either be a caveman or in a Drake video. You know what I'm saying?
Because of her haircut. Do you remember Phil Hartman on SNL? He was
Yeah.
unfrozen caveman lawyer.
yeah.
He's like, I don't know anything about your
But I will
cars.
say,
But this
Sammy,
morning I was sitting in my Lexus.
But
and
I
I was
will
thinking
say-
to myself, what is the deal with all this
the
traffic?
chick in this movie was good. The chick in this movie
I'm
was
blind little
good.
huts.
But the rest of the movie can kiss my whole entire ass.
You think so?
Yeah.
You didn't like this one?
No.
No, he's
All
hi, I'm
right.
Troy McClure.
See, you know what my problem is, Mike? You know what my problem is? I have no patience. I have none at all.
We know that.
No
I have
patience.
no patience, and I have no patience for a movie that just keeps on dragging, and that's what these last two movies did to me.
Well, you
They
know what
drag.
movie? You know what movie didn't drag?
Gotta watch 10 of
Love
them.
Lies Bleeding. Did you watch this?
Ooh,
I've not seen this, but that's a
I would've
great
remembered
title.
that.
That's my favorite
who
Elton John
cares?
song.
Look at her stomach.
This is a A24 film. Clint Mansell did the score. He's famous for like the Requiem for a Dream soundtrack.
Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, so many. Moon is a great one. He's done a lot of
Is
awesome
that
soundtracks.
Kristen Stewart?
Yeah, Kirsten Stewart.
Hard pass.
You don't like her?
I
No.
hate her.
I think she's good.
Can't stand. If she doesn't quit talking about being gay, enough already.
That's what this movie is, right?
Yeah, I'd watch it just for the chick because she's smoking hot.
This was a
Yeah.
pretty good little like a crime movie. That is what this is. This was good. I like this. Like Kristen Stewart is like kind of like the she runs a gym. She finds like this loner girl and
Ed
she
Harris?
kind of like takes them in.
That's Ed Harris?
Yeah, a lot of mullets in this film too. Ed Harris has got a bald mullet.
Skullet. Skullet.
Skullet.
Dude.
Dave Franco has a rat tail.
He looks like he's from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, so this movie, like, basically it takes place, the muscle girl gets involved with Dave Franco, and he ends up, like, Dave Franco also beats his wife.
Yeah.
And, like, the muscle girl, like, finds out and, like, beats the shit out of James Franco. She, like,
That guy's like 5'1".
yeah, she,
Who's he beating on?
she, like, it's graphic, though. She, like, busts his fucking jaw off of his face.
Are you serious?
She, like, bangs him
And they
against
show
the
it,
coffee
Sammy?
table.
They
Oh,
show
yeah,
it?
it's graphic as fuck, dude.
Ooh, Ed Harris. Oh, Mikey's giving me the creeps.
Yeah, so then Kristen Stewart helps her like clean up the body and like dispose of the body, and like they kind of make it lead like back to Ed Harris, who's like, you come to find out is like a little bit of a spoiler alert. He's like kind of like, you never really find out, but he's head of like a crime syndicate in some way or another, you know,
With
or
hair
kind
like
of a
that?
minor dude. Yeah.
I might have to watch. I like Ed Harris.
This is a good, like I said, it was a good movie. It's like, it's pretty brutal. It's
I
pretty
just
vicious.
can't stand her. Ugh.
It's terrible, awful actress.
I think she's been in some good stuff.
She's been in some good movies, but her acting sucks shit.
I can see that. Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, I want to see her work out.
Yeah, but this is a crazy movie because it's like
Sal's currently rubbing one out, folks, but you can't see it on camera.
Oh,
put your dick away.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this movie, like towards the end, like the girl becomes like so hooked on steroids that she becomes like a psychopath from it.
A man?
Yeah, and it becomes like, yeah, she just goes into like this crazy anger. She's beating up dudes. She's fucking kicking everybody's ass.
Good title, though. That's like I was saying. That's my favorite Elton John song is "Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding." Metallica covered it recently.
Say that three times real fast.
"Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding." Check out Metallica's cover. It'll make you cry.
Metallica.
But yeah, there's a little bit, you could laugh at this movie.
Her
There's some
hair
fun
makes
stuff.
me mad. Dude, I can't stand her, man. I want to kick her in the
Her
stomach.
hairy armpits make me mad.
They've got those lesbian cuts.
The only thing I like, I
think
have
this
to
was
admit,
another 90s movie too.
she did look just like Joan Jett. That's the only thing I'll give her. That's the only thing I'll give
She
her.
was good in
that.
John. She was good in that one.
Runaways?
I hated that movie, but she did look like
A lot of people didn't like Runaways.
Oh,
I enjoyed
it.
it.
Was horrible.
Scott Taylor Compton played Lita Ford.
I know she did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of like what I think like people think punk is supposed to be like, you know?
The Runaways? No.
Yeah.
That's what the movie gave off the impression of. It's like, this is punk rock.
Yeah. Man, that chick's got a magnificent body.
Yeah, she was ripped.
I wish
Ripped
I was
as
a
fuck.
loofah.
So another.
Do you have a loofah? Do you,
Yes,
do,
I do
you
have
put
a
it between
loofah.
your butt crack?
No, but I reach with it with my junk. You got to make sure your junk's smelling right, buddy.
Okay. Can we move on?
No, I like when Sammy does the girl yelling. Do the yelling, Sammy.
I don't know where that one is right now. I don't want to look for it.
I love the one when he puts the,
Oh, you got the
lady
puking
yelling.
sound? You got the puking sound? Hit that one.
Sure.
That sounds like my McDonald's.
That's terrible.
I still like the girl yelling. That's the greatest. That and the bell. I love Sammy's little bell.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know where I put the woman screaming is. We'll find that for later.
Okay. Awesome.
So another A24 movie. You know where you heard some screaming in
That's a good one.
The Zone of Interest. Yeah, did you guys watch this one?
No, I'd like to though.
This was a great film. Yeah, it's
let me
another,
see.
like I said, A24 film. It takes place. It's about like this whole Nazi family. The Nazi, I forget his name exactly, who was Adolf Hess, maybe something like that. But he was like the kind of the architect, kind of the guy who was running Auschwitz the whole time.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I didn't see this.
So this follows like the German family, and it doesn't really like do anything to like sympathize them at all.
I was going to
but it,
ask
like,
you that.
No, not at all. But yeah, they're living next to. This movie never shows any type of blood, any type of horror.
So this is after the war?
No, it's during the war.
Oh, it's during the war.
So you hear like that's what makes this so scary is like this family is like they're having like a picnic outside and stuff right there. They're like they make this whole garden and it's being fertilized by like the fucking the ashes of the fucking Jewish people in the concentration camp.
You know what I'd like to see? I think it's either out in theaters or on DVD now. It's a new Anthony Hopkins movie where it's based on a true story. It was a British guy who saved 600 Jewish kids from getting.
I heard of that. I heard of that movie.
Killed in the concentration
Was
camps.
it? You didn't see it, Mike?
I have not seen it, but it's the story about the guy is he's that kind of brought him to popularity. I think it was 81. He's on a talk show, I think in England, and they introduce him and they say, "Has anybody here been affected by this gentleman? Where you helped out?" And the entire audience stands up, and it's the adults that were kids that he saved. And I mean, nothing will fucking make you cry more than that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
But Anthony Hopkins stars as that guy. I'll look it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, this does a real good job of like, not really sympathizing, but just showing like,
Is that barbed wire on the fence, Sammy?
yeah,
on the wall?
Yeah, on the other side of the wall is Auschwitz. So like, this family, like they're having like a family outing, and in the background, like you're seeing like trains, like the smoke from the trains that are arriving with like thousands and thousands of
disturbing,
people.
Mike. That's disturbing.
Fuck yeah, it is.
What's disturbing? Yeah, they show them like, every once in a while they get like shipments and stuff like that. And they're like, this woman gets a fur coat and it's like, it's so obvious that it's from the concentration camp. And they're like, this woman is like, she goes back to them and says like, oh, it's ripped. And like it's a little thing you notice, like if you've known this type of history, like she was looking for diamonds that were sewn into the pockets, you know, from like the Jewish family. Or
talk about another sad film. You ever see The Boy with the Striped Pajamas?
yeah, that's another one.
Didn't see that. No.
But
So-
yeah, this does a weird thing of like introducing the idea of like, but you know, like how compartmentalized it is. Like it doesn't really like say it's like, you know, this was a thing that like no one cared about, but like it's one of the things that I was wondering, does it make war easier or killing this many people easier when like, you know, like I put Sal in charge of like, hey, figure out a way to get 10,000 people from, you know, Poland to Auschwitz. Mike, you figure out a way to, I want to figure out how to kill 10,000 people, you know, like, you know.
Like, do you think his family, the kids, everybody, do you think they even knew what he was doing?
Yeah, because the kids like a couple times like they hear screams and stuff like that, and like you hear the kid go like, "Oh, you must have done something wrong," you know. Like, it's like, yeah, it's fucked up.
Anthony Hopkins here, One Life, it's called.
One Life.
And my wife recently she checked out Freud's Last Session. That's one of his new ones too. He plays Sigmund Freud, and she liked that one. I think.
You know, Mike, I can't watch those, man. When it hits the real spot of life, I can't. Just what Sammy said alone, the little kid says that. That's so fucking disturbing. That's so wrong, man.
But it's fucked up that like, yeah, they're fertilizing the flowers and like they show the garden, you know, like they do the shot where it's like they show the flowers and then they show it like bleeding into the screen, you know, like fucking,
man.
Would you
as
ever
you're hearing like in the background, you hear like, you know, screaming and.
Would you ever want to do like the tour of Auschwitz?
Oh yeah, I would do it. It'd probably be pretty heavy, but
Oh yeah.
Now, see,
like
Mike,
even at the end of this movie, like you get a little teary eyed because you're just like, man, like the fucking horror. Like they do a really good job of showing you that at the end, you know.
Now see, Mike, my dad, who was in that war, the worst thing I ever heard, the worst story he ever said to me, which he very rarely told me stories, was the shoe shine little boy. I told you about that, man. I told you about that, right, Sammy?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they told him kind of like I was watching Equalizer 3 last night when that little boy shot him, because he was always taught you have to kill everything that you think's in danger, and he didn't. And then who shoots him? A little boy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the sound design in this movie is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like I think it actually won best foreign movie at what was it, the Oscars just recently or whatever that garbage was.
How was the score, Sammy?
Golden Globes.
The score was great. Yeah,
Because I can't see, Mike. I can't see. I couldn't even imagine the score of a movie like this. You know,
Well,
it's actually kind of a quiet movie. Like you hear a lot of like like I said, the sound.
remember-
You hear a lot of like,
but you
know,
always, but
the trailers seem
Sammy
very
always
quiet.
taught me. Sammy and you always taught me and told me it's worse when you don't see the what's going on. And a movie like that. See, I can't watch these things.
It's even more
dude.
fucked up. Like you see the Nazi, the guy who like runs Auschwitz a lot, but you follow the wife around. And like you were like, man, this woman is a fucking monster too. She like, you know, she's showing her mother like, this is like, you know, look what all we built and everything. They call me the Queen of Auschwitz. Like it's a funny thing. And like later on, like even this woman's mother is like staying there, and she like wakes up at night and she's like, what the fuck is that? And she opens the window and there's like furnaces burning, and she's like, she knows what that is.
See, Mike,
and the mother is like, this is it. I'm like, I'm out of here. Like she leaves a note and takes her shit and leaves.
Like I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. When he made Capone, and I seen what the wife went through with him. Oh my god, dude!
I learned something very interesting about Capone, but I will tell you off the air.
Okay.
All right. So moving from one war to another, how about Civil War?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Excellent.
This was
I gotta see this.
amazing movie.
This is probably
made it
it's not
sound
a
great.
horror film, not a traditional horror film, but this is also going to be probably my top 5 of the year.
Exactly, yeah. Made by Alex Garland, who did like Ex Machina. 28 Days Later he wrote.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Annihilation.
Oh. And you love that.
Men.
You love
was
that.
another great one.
Men.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, you said Trump is president.
No.
Nick Offerman plays the president, but his character is like Trump.
Oh, like Trump. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they do a good job of kind of keeping this like apolitical, I would say.
Okay.
Like they kind of, he's not exactly Trump, but they say he was like a third-term president who
But
like
you
tried to
think of
take
Trump.
over.
You think of him.
Kind of, yeah, but it doesn't really make sense because they say that like California and Texas like broke away from the United States, which are like two countries that don't really, two states that don't really work together, you know?
It's a very dystopian future.
When I see A24, Sammy, you know it's deep. Whenever I see A24's label on anything, you know it's going to be fucking good.
This one was extremely deep, I think. This one left me thinking for a couple days.
Did it really,
So I was
Sammy?
like,
Did it hit you that bad, huh, kid?
Yeah.
Well,
Just that there's a lot of layers to this thing. Yeah.
That's that scene with Jesse Plemons. Pretty fucked up.
He's an amazing actor.
He's
One
pretty damn
of
good.
my favorite character actors of
Oh,
all time.
Mike. The destruction.
When he's just
that-
like, they're like, we're Americans. He's like, what kind of Americans?
Yeah.
He ends up like shooting this one guy just because, you
oh,
know.
man.
But this movie does a great thing. Like, I think that's what, like, it kind of mirrors real life too, because like in the movie, like Kristen Stewart is like, she's kind of going through this whole thing. She's depressed
Kristen
because
Dunst.
I'm sorry, Kristen Dunst. Yeah. She's going through this whole thing because she's like depressed that there's a civil war going on in the United States. She's like,
is she a reporter or
Yes.
something?
yeah, she's a
Journalist.
photojournalist, and she's like, you know, my whole life, like I just traveled around the world, like running into war zones, and like just to send these images back to the United States, saying like, look, we can never let this happen here, and it happened here. Like no one gave a shit about, you know, all the horrors that I've showed them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's kind of like what Alex Garland was saying, like the director of this movie. He's
I
kind of
gotta
like,
check this out.
he's kind of like, these are what the horrors of a civil war would look like. Like,
Yeah.
do you want that here?
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you would want?
No, everybody should see this one.
And it does a good job too of like that sniper scene where they're shooting at the people in the house, and they're like, they come upon these snipers and they're getting shot at, and they're like, well, you know, what side are they on? And they're like, does it matter?
Right.
They're trying to kill us.
Oh,
we're
so
trying to
they're
kill
in
them.
DC, huh, Mike?
DC.
Ooh.
I think that's a lot of things. Like that's what's one of the things I was thinking about is like during a civil war, you know, it's just chaos on the ground. There's no politics.
I could see what Sammy's saying here. You know why, Mike? Because I think one of the most atrocious things ever that happened to us was 911. That was the most devastating thing in my life, man. Devastating.
This is more of a movie about like photojournalists, I think, and like journalism, like kind of like human condition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not bad. Plus, I mean, fucking any movie that has suicide in the soundtrack as much as this does.
That's right. I was gonna say
it was
that.
great. Like, what was it? Rocket USA was one of them. I don't know. They had like 3 or 4 different
I
suicide
recognized
songs.
as soon as I heard it. I was like, oh, that's that band that does what's Speed Racer?
Yeah. Oh man, fucking
Yeah,
yeah, it was great.
good band.
Love Speed Racer. Love Speed Racer.
Love some suicide. Fuck yeah. So yeah, well, the next one, keeping a little sci-fi in here. I.S.S. You guys watch this one?
You know what, Sammy? I know you're a big alien space fan guy. I had to go past this.
No aliens in this
Yeah.
one, but
No
it's,
aliens at all?
no. This is it did kind of remind you. I think maybe it's because it looks like life.
Oh, is this the one? It's Americans versus Russians.
Yeah, the Americans and the Russians are like on the ISS together, and war breaks out on Earth.
Yeah.
So like both of their governments are like, your job is to secure the International Space Station at all costs. Like, you know, to the Russians, if you have to kill the Americans, do so. And so they're like, yeah, you know, coming up with fucked up shit. Like they like, hey, we need to check out the communications are down. Like, you mind going outside? And they lock the dude in the airlock or some shit.
Say it, Mikey.
No, you're gonna get it right.
Cinematography.
There you go.
Is magnificent, dude. It is. Look at it.
Yeah, there's a lot of great
It's
shit in here.
magnificent.
Especially, when they just saw all these nukes going off on the Earth.
Sammy, could you imagine seeing that from space?
Oh, man.
How devastating that must have been.
That would be fucking awesome.
Dude. Mike, would you go on a satellite?
No, I don't like heights, so I'm not going up in the air.
I'm not a height guy either, but I think I would dig being in a satellite for a bit.
That's what I think. I don't like heights, but I think fucking space.
I think that would be
Fuck
cool. Yeah.
Space
that
trumps
I would
everything.
Do. That I would do. I mean, put me to sleep going off, but once I'm up there.
you screaming out
Oh, don't do that, Mikey.
That guy's great too. I forget his name. Oh man, he was in like the Cloverfield.
Yeah,
10
I
Cloverfield
recognize
Lane.
The young guy there?
His name is John something.
The young guy?
I do recognize him.
No, well, yeah, actually, yeah, he's the young guy in here. I guess it would be like the clean shaven dude. Not the other guy's name is Chris Messina, like the guy from Devil.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out like he might be a little bit evil in this
Hello.
movie. In space, they can't hear you scream.
Stop, Mike.
Evil.
Why did they do that? Rip off an alien.
Yeah, this was. You know what I would say? Like most
would
of
watch
these
that.
movies on here, this is not a bad movie at all. Yeah.
Was that Earth burning up?
it plays on like a lot of like, this is another one of those like psychological movies, you know, one of those things where you're like, fuck, what would I do if I was in that situation?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, if we're done with that one, what about Godzilla -1?
It's on the list. I gotta see it.
I fucking love this one. You guys haven't seen it at all?
No, no.
So
Man.
correct me if I'm wrong. This is a direct remake from the 1950 film,
Yes.
the first one.
Yeah, it picks off. It's like basically the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts off in the beginning like Godzilla already exists, but then there's like, you know, a lot of all the nuclear tests and everything. Like he just keeps growing bigger and until he's fucking angry and pissed off.
Does he look cool? Does he look like the original?
Oh, so awesome. And this has like some of the best special effects in this movie. There's a part where they like right in the beginning too, where they blow half of his fucking head off and like he's like floating in the ocean and they just show it like he's like regenerating.
Damn.
Wow.
So they show like half of his face like regrow back and then his eye like pops up and it's like
Nice.
you know?
Nice.
We got to cover the newest.
No, this is all subtitled.
This one's this is straight Japanese. This is from Toho Studios too, the original company
Because
that did
I
it.
watched a couple of minutes of it and then I had to go somewhere.
But man, I will say like Scott Fagan, we were also talking about this. He was like, man, I saw this in the theater. Like by the end of not a dry eye in the theater. This is a fucking depressing Godzilla movie. The whole thing is he's like the main character kind of has like survivor's guilt the whole thing because he was supposed to be a kamikaze pilot in the World War II.
Yeah.
But he ends up like kind of abandoning his post and like a bunch of people die like kind of his fault. But yeah, so the whole movie is like kind of depressed that like, you know,
Okay,
he wasn't able to follow
the scales on his back. That's the coolest looking scales
Oh
on the
my
back
God.
of Godzilla I've ever seen.
It was great, yeah.
I was gonna say we got to cover the new.
That part is amazing when he actually like we're not. Yeah, you could like see it in his eyes that he fucking hates humans. Like he just comes on Earth, he's knocking shit over.
Yeah.
He blows like the atomic breath out, and it is like it's another like that's another part of the movie that's fucking depressing because they're just like they talk about it in the movie. They're like, you know, our nation's trying to come back after this nuclear attack, and then Godzilla comes in and like basically sets off the biggest nuclear bomb there is in Japan.
Damn.
It's like, yeah, he destroys like the entire fucking city. It's insane.
So we got to cover that new Godzilla King Kong film. I forget the title.
Yeah.
But I think that's in theaters right now.
Yeah. I haven't.
You said you didn't want to
Is
see
that
it.
in theaters already?
You
I
said
think
you
so.
didn't want to see it, Mike.
I don't want to see it.
Why?
Because everything new Godzilla is all CGI. But this looks. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's CGI,
A lot
but
of
just,
great.
Just
Yeah.
what Sammy showed us is amazing.
You know what?
this
This,
looks
this one
so
was
much better.
Yeah, it was amazing. Go see Godzilla -1. Like I think they said
liked-
May, you know what? May 3rd. I think they said
Oh,
this
May
is
3rd.
streaming.
Now, Sam, I don't remember which Godzilla movie it was. One of the coolest scenes and effects I ever seen was they had a close up of his spiked back mic, and there was like boats on it and some ships. That was so fucking cool.
I did like Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, you know what I just heard? I think I saw May 3rd or 5th or something. They're releasing Shin Godzilla in monochrome edition, where it's like just the reds in there.
Oh, really?
And they're releasing Godzilla minus color. So it's like
Wow.
they're doing this in color without the color.
Mike, we lose so much not going to see these at the theater. You know, I think people. That's why when Mike
You
always
pay
says he's
extra
going
for
to
that
the theater,
Dolby sound.
it's not even that. It's the big image, man.
I'm
You
really interested in
catch-
seeing this one without
Yeah.
color, but you know what? Like the color, it looks so great. Like
Yeah.
he's blue and fucking
Yeah.
his eyes are blue like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
He's
Yeah,
got baby blue eyes.
this is the top 5 for sure for my Godzilla -1 again in the year for me.
Awesome.
And I think maybe another one that might be top 5 is Dune Part 2. Fucking love the Dune
Can't
series.
get into the Dune.
Really?
Can't get
This
into
one
it.
was a little hard to get into. I did enjoy the battle scenes. Now, is this it? Or is there going to be more?
I think they're gonna make a part 3 based on like the second book, but it's just gonna be one more movie. Yeah. But this one was like, I think like when you think of like big blockbuster movies,
This one is?
What do,
one of them.
what do you guys think of Zendaya? Do you think she's hot?
I don't want to be a dick, but not really. I don't
She
know.
is
She doesn't
set-
really do it for me. I don't know.
I gotta see her off the the costume she's
she
wearing.
is
I thought you were
set
gonna say
to,
without any clothes.
No, I mean regular clothes.
Doesn't she get all naked on that Euphoria show?
She might. I don't never really watch more than an
I've never
episode of
watched
that.
it. So anyway, she is set to star in the Ronnie Spector film, all about the Ronettes.
Oh, really?
yeah.
I like Rebecca Ferguson though.
Oh, she's
And I like
awesome.
in how this movie she's like low key evil kind of. She's a good woman, but she's kind of a little.
What did her
suspicious.
husband do? He murdered somebody.
What character are you talking about?
Spectre, Ronnie Spectre.
Yeah, well, yes, Phil Spector was accused and charged with murder.
Yeah, but did you see a picture of him, Mike?
He's fucking weird looking.
He looks like he fucking killed somebody.
So when this is weird too, that's what's his name, Austin Butler.
Yeah.
I was so confused in the movie. I was like, did they overdub his voice with Stellan Skarsgård? You saw the movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's doesn't he sound exactly like Stellan Skarsgård? Mm-hmm. I saw a thing after the movie where he went to like voice lessons to learn how to like talk exactly like him. It was weird. But yeah, the Shai Hulud, that was awesome.
Shai Hulud. Isn't that a metalcore band?
Yeah.
Shai Hulud.
Yeah.
Now those worm dudes,
This is-
I always figured they would. I mean, I know this movie was before Tremors, but they always remind me of the Tremor dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just a big epic movie. It was like, I think this one was 2 hours and 45 minutes. And at the end of it, like they set up the third movie. I was like, dude, I could have watched another fucking hour of this. Like, and I watched the first one in front of this. So I watched like 6 hours of Dune, bro.
Damn, seriously?
Yeah. The first, I rewatched the first one because I was like, it's
Timothy
just so fucking awesome.
Chalamet?
The original?
Yeah.
The original?
No, not the original. The first one of this
these?
one. It came out a couple years ago.
Her Mike? Is that the girl you think?
Yeah.
Zendaya.
Nah, doesn't do anything for me.
She was also in the Spider-Man
Yeah,
movies.
she's in those new Spider-Mans.
Josh Brolin's awesome in this.
Oh, he is?
Batista's in this.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave Bautista's in this?
Yep.
David Dastmalchian is in the first one.
Hmm.
He's got a part in there.
mhm. We'll be talking about him later.
Yeah. But Dune, yeah. Fucking love Dune. Go see Dune.
Oh, okay. There's Josh Brolin. Didn't
Yeah, so this
recognize
is a movie I was telling you guys about. Arcadian, kind of like a low-key movie that came out. I don't know about this one. It was kind of like a broke-ass Quiet Place ripoff. It's like, yeah, it said Shudder on there. Maybe you
Why
can
are they
watch it
gonna
on
be
Shudder.
broke ass, Sammy?
Because Nicolas Cage is in it. That's why.
This movie had like, I was so angry. It has like the shakiest fucking camera work you've ever seen in a movie. Like, it was almost like starting to make me sick, and I don't fucking
Honestly,
I don't get like that ever.
What is the last thing that he's been in that was actually of quality?
Valley Girl?
Really? Something from the 80s.
Fucking Willy's Wonderland guy. Come on.
I'd have to say, I don't
Know
know.
what,
Con Air.
Mandy. Mandy was pretty quality.
Sammy, which is the one where he doesn't say anything?
Willy's Wonderland.
I still gotta watch that, Mike.
Since
Yeah.
you like those Winnie-the-Pooh movies, you would probably like that one then.
Mike, stop being so.
But-
You gotta watch Winnie-the-Pooh. You
no,
have
thanks.
to.
You got to.
You.
But this one,
fucking-
yeah, it's like, that classic like thing, aliens land on Earth, like after a while, they're trying to stay indoors at night because
you know why
that's
Mike
when the
won't
aliens
watch
come out.
Winnie-the-Pooh?
No.
Because he's a heathen.
Okay.
You heathen.
Yeah, but like I think if you've seen this or like this is kind of mashup of like A Quiet Place and The Village. It doesn't. They're 100% creatures. There's nothing like a twist in it, but the creatures are pretty sweet. Actually, they're like big giant. Think of like a snake's mouth, and they're just like. They do like this crazy fucking like where they just
Clap, Mike. He just clapped.
That's what they look like. They're like.
Sal, I will take that as a compliment.
What,
But
that
I don't
you're
know.
heathen?
That I'm a heathen.
They didn't. For me, this movie they didn't lean hard enough into the creatures because there's like a couple parts where they show like like a finger coming through the wall and like it fucking extends all the way.
So what's the dealio, Sammy? What is
Smell my
Nicolas Cage?
finger.
What is Nicolas Cage? What's the dealio?
Nicolas Cage is like the dad, he's got to be hard and like, like I want you motherfuckers in by fucking sundown.
Mike, I can answer your question. What was the last thing he really did fantastic? I'll still say that 8mm was one of his greatest
That was
movies.
good. Con
That was a
Air.
great one.
I love his stuff from like
Con
the
Air,
late 80s, early 90s.
But
like
8mm, he was fantastic.
Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
Wild at Heart.
Raising Arizona.
Dude, Wild at Heart.
He's made some incredible stuff. Leaving Las Vegas. He's made some incredible films.
Yeah.
But over the last 20 years, it's all been shit.
Mike, what did he do? Buy 2 islands or something like that? That's how he lost all his money?
Tax evasion, maybe.
He was
I don't
buying
know.
like dinosaur skulls and shit. Tyrannosaurus Rex heads.
I can see that. I can see that. But, man,
nuts.
don't you know how much money you have, dumbass?
Him and like Wesley Snipes is fucked up. Yeah.
This is one they should have left in the cage.
Seriously, was that bad?
yeah, they owe a bunch of tax
I didn't
money.
like this one. Yeah, not a great one.
I'm sorry. I like Nicolas Cage, dude.
Yeah, we
like
gotta.
him.
This is kind of stinker's row here because we also got Night Swim coming up. We've never actually talked about this. I realized, we
bad.
talked about it privately. This movie,
And I
fucking
like
sucks.
Wyatt Russell. I think he's a great actor.
yeah.
You know what I would do with this movie? I would throw it right in the McDonald's bowl.
He'd throw it.
I would throw it right in the
Throw it.
McDonald's bowl.
Throw it away.
Right after I got finished. This movie sucked.
This was just one. It could have been good, but it turned out it was just like it was literally just a haunted pool for some reason. I don't. They never did. They explain why it was haunted?
Yeah.
Lame.
Why?
Yeah. Because there was a curse on that land right there, just on that part of the land, because we didn't respect the water and the rain.
I didn't catch that at all.
Yeah.
Really, when I watched this.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Basically, the end of the
They
movie was
explained it. They
I
explained
can't
it.
stand the rain.
They said the water was supposed to be a holy mark, and we abused it.
I don't remember that at all.
Yes.
That's how much I didn't pay attention to
Rewatch
this.
it. Rewatch it.
like so the swimming pool was like in existence forever. Or
No,
something?
no. It was flatland, and the water was there, and it was supposed to be like a holy figure, and supposedly we shit on it.
I do remember that.
Not literally shit, but but that's what the dealio was. That's what the dealio was. Now the only good thing I liked about this film was the dad.
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, Kurt Russell's son.
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
The dad was he played his part well.
You know what I gotta say? Like I've been like, man, Blumhouse is really like kind of going downhill now. They
Yeah.
used
I
to
noticed that
release
too.
some great
I noticed
movies.
that too.
They did
yeah.
Imaginary, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
bad.
yeah, they kind of been.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Imaginary was like a B+ film, but I wasn't mad at it. Like this one, I was mad at.
I wanted to like this one, but I
I
really didn't
did
like.
get mad at the ending of Imaginary.
This one would have been better maybe if there was like somebody who like drowned in the pool.
Yeah, but
if
you
it
know what though,
was-
Mike? The ending is so basic. All the movies end like that. All our horror movies end like that.
I want to say this was another one of those movies though where they're like, what the fuck is going on with this pool? And like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm the neighbor. Let me tell you everything about that fucking pool. It's
Yeah.
like they give a big exposition dump right in the middle of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be some way to stop this.
There isn't. Fuck you.
My robotic acting voice.
So yeah, fuck off with Night Swim. That was a shitty one.
I wish I was at that pool. If I
Sit
was
and spin.
If I was at that pool, I'd pee in it. Fuck this movie. This
one was fun though. Destroy All Neighbors. You watch this one?
Didn't see this one.
This one was pretty fun. This has like Alex Winter in it. Jonah Ray.
Yeah, I
This
do
is,
want to see this.
Yeah, you can watch this on Shudder. It's like Jonah Ray is kind of like this, musician who's working on all this stuff at home, but he also works for a studio. And classic thing like no one at the studio will listen to him. Is kind of like got a shitty home life.
Is that Thomas Lennon?
Yeah.
Oh, he's funny.
He's the guy who like owns the studio basically.
Hey, he just gave a sad look.
Oh man, so he gets so his
You like that?
Do that again, Mike. Mike, don't do that. That bothers me.
Your eyes gonna get stuck?
Dude, don't do that, Mike.
so like this neighbor moves in and it's Alex Winter and like he's like a Scottish guy or something like that. He's got all this crazy makeup on, but he ends up like going over like he's like the neighbor is fucking crazy. Like the guy's working out and he's like "Ah! Ah!" and it's like all day long.
He had a show on MTV in the early '90s called The Idiot Box.
Yeah.
And in some regions it was called
don't remember
Bogus.
that.
It was called Bogus TV.
I don't remember. Oh, cool effect, Mike.
And yeah,
yeah.
it was hilarious.
Look at
man.
that.
Yeah, so he ends up like killing his neighbor and like a couple other neighbors, and like it's where they're haunting him and shit like that. They're talking shit to him all the time, but there's some awesome gore in this movie.
Mike,
There's some good funny shit.
Mike, is that your guy Lemmy?
He looks like Lemmy.
That pimple thing, though, Mike. Get rid of it.
I
Why
think
did they
they're
get rid of
gonna-
that thing?
Yeah, but I think Alex Winter even shows up like without makeup in the movie as like the lawyer or something.
I do want to see
What the fuck?
This would be good, I think, if you were drinking or smoking at night. Put this one on.
Yeah, it's just a fun movie.
Damn, I'd rather watch Dude, Where's My Car?
Than that?
Yeah, than this.
No, this was fun.
What's with the pig?
It's a pig. I don't see it. Oh yeah, on the bottom there. I don't know what the pig was about. I don't think he has a pig in the movie.
Huh.
I don't know. But no, another one I did like was Lovely, Dark, and Deep. You watch this one at all? This is starring Georgina Campbell, who's in Barbarian. She was also in a Black Mirror episode. I think it was called Hang the DJ.
Oh. Hang the DJ, hang the DJ.
No, I don't think I've seen
I
that.
am not related to that Morrissey.
What's the dealio?
So this is this is from first time director, but this lady, the director of this movie, Teresa Sutherland. She also wrote The Wind. Have you watched that movie?
Yeah, good one.
That was a good one. She
Yes,
was
I did
also
see
a staff writer on Mike Flanagan's Midnight Mass series.
I seen that.
Yeah, so she's an awesome writer. This is kind of Georgina Campbell plays this kind of like backcountry ranger who she's like traveling alone through the wilderness. She's trying to uncover like the mystery behind the disappearance of her sister.
I did see this.
Yeah, this was a kind of a creepy one. Yeah, it's like this park has like hundreds of thousands of people that are missing since like the
I told
50s
Sammy
or...
this movie, Mike, made no sense to me. None.
It's the plot for this film is like it's a missing 411 film.
Yeah.
So if you know anything about that, where they're like, it's not made by Missing 411, I don't think, but that's like the whole premise of the movie.
Now,
is there's
Sammy,
like
at the end, was it me or was the island they show on the side of the island? They were walking on the side. Was that what that was? Because
Kind of, yeah.
they gave me that image.
Oh, you mean like when the woman comes down the
Yes,
tree too?
yes.
I think they show that in the trailer
Yes.
here. That part was scary.
Now, Mike. Now, everybody knew about it. You know, even the head lady, the lady that was in
Yeah.
charge.
Spoiler alert!
They all
that's,
knew
that's
what was
kind of
going
the
on.
that's the end of the movie.
She ran out of batteries.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah, that was creepy, that part, dude. That was like some that's like some hereditary shit.
Now, Mike, she was very good at her job, but she wouldn't listen to the head lady.
Is she a ranger?
Yeah, she's a ranger, and she's not supposed to leave her post. She's not supposed to do this, do that, and she fucking does it all and gets punished. And they make her stay where, Sammy, in the tent.
Well, she doesn't really get punished, but they make her like stay at her post.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
don't leave, you know, or nothing, because
Yeah.
she's like. Yeah, she's getting too deep into the mystery of the
I'm
woods.
sorry, dudes. I got a lot of I wouldn't watch these today on this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
This one I think is pretty creepy, actually. Another one with good sound design, like you hear like trees creaking.
It is creepy. It is creepy, but at
Watch
the
it
same
in the
time,
dark.
it's just
I will say it does like fizzle out at the end.
Yeah.
Like it could have been so much better, but they go a little too deep, like trying to explain like this is what happened. You know, like.
Well,
it didn't need to be like that. So one that was recommended to me from RJ, actually, our buddy, was The Seeding. Did you guys watch
didn't
this
see
one?
this.
Oh, shout out to
Didn't see
RJ.
Yeah. Shout out to RJ. So this is about a man. He's like out on a photography hike. He gets lost and he like finds this little kid who like leads him to this canyon. He's like, yeah, there's water down there
I
and
did
shit
see
like
this.
that. Yeah.
Is this where all the little kids on the mountain?
Yeah, they're like a bunch
Yeah.
of sadistic
I've
little
seen this
kids
one.
that
Yeah, I
trap
did see
this
this
guy
one.
at the bottom of a mountain.
You know what I did with this one, Mike? I fast forwarded it.
This starts off kind of disturbing with a baby eating a
is.
severed finger.
Yes.
Oh,
you know
cannibals?
What? You know what, Sammy? I just didn't get it. I couldn't understand a word of what was going on in this fucking movie.
Well,
not a fucking word.
So it's weird. Like you kind of think it's like a misery situation at 1st. Like the woman is like kind of holding him captive.
Yeah.
Is this Australia?
No, I think this
No.
was an American
No,
film.
it was an American film.
Yeah, it's maybe I don't know where it's located, but
Yeah.
it could be your town.
Because when he was following the little boy
Yeah.
and he couldn't catch him,
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man, something good happened.
There was some fucked up shit in this movie. Like she's keeping track of the months and shit with her like fucking menstrual blood on the wall.
Yeah.
Like marking up the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these kids are like fucking with him. They're like, "Come on, we'll let you up the thing," and they like put this fucking rope down, and then halfway they let him go.
They let him go, yeah.
He breaks his leg.
Oh my god. Little bastards.
They even show that one scene. I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Where they show the kid, like, show the kid's dick out, pissing out.
Yeah. I can't believe I watched all these. I couldn't even remember the name. They were that bad to me. Oh,
Yeah, I didn't. This one is like kind of a disgusting film too.
It was.
It's a little bit
It
like
was very
Texas
disgusting,
Chainsaw
yeah.
Massacre-ish. There was like some kind of mutant dudes in here too, a little bit, kind of at the
a
end.
few.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were mutant, but they were
Seeding.
they were just not right.
It was interesting, but also like the woman in this, the lead woman, has been in like some of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like 2 or 3 of them are pretty bad. Yeah. This one was pretty interesting. I
just
it
forgot
wasn't
the
bad.
name. I just forgot the name, Sammy, but I
Yeah.
did see this.
Did you watch this one right here? You'll Never Find Me.
Yes.
Nope.
The guy that's storming out and he's in his trailer.
This is an Australian
Now,
film.
now, Mike, this dude's fucked up. You knew he was fucked up through the whole movie. He was saying some fucked up shit.
Blimey.
Yeah.
I guess the ending of this movie, about 10 minutes in, I was like, I know exactly what's going on.
I
here.
did too. I did too.
That might have been the point of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think I watched the trailer.
Yeah, so this guy he lives in a mobile home like at the back of the what would it be if it's Australia? It's a caravan.
Yeah. and he kept on telling this girl, "You're locked in, you can't get out." And he goes, "Well, how did I get in?" She goes, "How did I get in then?" Right, Sammy?
Yeah, she's like knocking on his door, and then she like just kind of comes into his house, and they kind of have this weird like
Conversation.
interaction and conversations together.
It makes you think. You know what, Sammy?
We'll spoil it
Can I
right
spoil
now
it?
for you. Yeah, we'll spoil it for
Can I?
everybody. Yeah.
Or Mike, this whole fucking movie, it made you think who was the bad one.
Tornado came through the trailer park.
Was it her or was it him? Was it her or was it him? You know, it was one of those kind.
She's kind of like tormenting him, and then like we said, we're gonna spoil it. We're gonna do it right now. It's it turns out, of course, he's a serial killer, and like she's his first victim, and he's kind of like, I don't know if it like the end of it was like him wanting to kill himself, and that's what he does.
No, there was another victim that he killed. There was a lot of victims he killed.
Oh yeah, but this was like his first victim, the one who pounds on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, she like finds the earring,
Yeah.
and she's like,
Yeah.
"That's my earring."
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Because there's a room, Mike, in the back that he wouldn't let her go to. Don't go back there. Don't go back there.
Don't go down
fucked me
that
up.
road.
That one right there, Sammy, with the Drake.
Yeah. So
that
she
fucked me up.
ends up like tricking him into drinking like this poison, and he kills him. Yeah, basically.
Well, it's his because he's always looking at that little bottle.
Yeah.
Remember that?
But she like tricks him with the alcohol at the end somehow, or like, yeah, he's so fucking crazy that like, yeah.
But he makes her food, and she's freezing, and he goes, "Let me give you something warm to wear," you know. And I was believing him.
You know what I will say? The ending of this movie is pretty crazy when there's all like the bodies in the fucking living room.
And the pound. There's always a pound at the door, Mike. There's always a pound at the door, and he said, "These goddamn kids, And it wasn't
Get
the
off
kids.
my
yeah.
lawn.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I will say it had some creepy depth to it. But you know, like Sammy said, you know what I was hoping, Sammy? I was hoping it was the cops at the door. I was hoping.
At the end it was, I think, right? Or no, it wasn't. No,
it wasn't
just,
the cops. And
it was him imagining.
It was him
that.
imagining that because every person he took came out.
You know what would have been better? If Crocodile Dundee showed up with this big knife and saved the day. It was made in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Knock on the door. It's Mick Dundee with his knife.
Crikey.
He's like, what, 90 years old now? Probably that guy?
That's a hoot.
I think this guy probably would have killed him. He would have turned his knife on him and killed him.
Mike, 5 minutes with this guy, I would have been gone. He was a creepy motherfucker, man. Creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Creepy dweepy.
And it was pouring. It was a storm. It was a storm, man. And he kept on telling her through the whole fucking film, you can't get out. It's locked. It's locked. You're locked in. It's locked in. And it's a long walk. And he even it made me think, Sammy, because he's even like, no, let me go with you.
Yeah.
He kept on saying that. Let me go with you. And she said no.
She didn't want to leave a couple times.
Yeah, a couple times she didn't want to leave. Yeah, they're playing cards, you know, and they get into an argument, and I'm like, holy. She takes a shower. Why would you? You don't know this guy, and she's taking a shower. I would have rather froze than taking a shower in a weird motherfucking.
That's what I thought. I was like, why the fuck would you do that?
Fuck.
So moving on to another movie that Mike told us about, Frogman.
Oh,
yeah, yes.
The croaks are no hoax.
Mike, I could have really beat you with a stick.
Did you watch any of this?
No, I watched 5 minutes and turned it off.
Okay. I haven't been able to get to this one yet, but yeah, tell us about it.
It's a found footage film. I heard about it. I was at the Days of the Dead recently, and the director was there selling it, trying to market the movie, and it was funny. The guy was just sitting back drinking beer all day at the convention, but nice guy. Met him.
He was drinking beer.
And I watched the trailer at his booth, and he was telling me it's gonna be on streaming, so I watched it, and it's found footage, and if you don't like the shaky camera found footage, then do not watch this film. You won't like it.
Am I right? Didn't a little boy actually see the frog in a forest and it didn't move or anything? Right?
He's seen the Frogman. Spoiler
the
alert.
Frogman. Yeah.
It's got some cool I think it could be a costume, it could be CGI, but the monster does look cool. This is a monster movie, and it's kind of almost like a whodunit mystery in a way.
Creature feature.
Yeah.
You know what, Mike? I would buy one of those dudes. I know what I saw.
Right.
That's from.
How big was he, Mike?
Not big,
Not big.
but it's cool looking when you see it. Ribbit.
Everything that always ends in man always sounds so like juvenile to me. Like, like Slender Man or the
Yeah.
Boogeyman or
Yeah.
the Tall Man.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cheap, though.
Frogman.
It was so cheap, that movie.
Definitely.
Oh my god!
I mean, there are some cheap movies that can be pretty good though.
There are
Sure. Look
Frogs.
at
the
one of
original
the
Frogs. That was a cheap movie.
Look at one of the original
Frogs.
found footage
I
films,
remember that
Blair
one.
Witch Project.
Fucking
20 grand.
The
Made
two-headed
millions.
transplant, the incredible two-headed. Those movies cost like $150, and 50 of it came from the guy with delivering the donuts. Fuck.
So anything more about the Frogman? Anybody?
You know,
got anything
it's
to say?
it's worth a laugh. See
Okay,
it
Mike.
once.
Okay, you got a record for us. Did I kill him?
I don't remember.
See?
Good movie,
was
but
no
not
good.
but not good enough to remember anything about it. And I can say that about a lot of films. I watch them once. If it was like good and memorable, I could tell you 50 things about it. But if it was just, I won't remember a fucking
That's
thing
why.
about it.
You know what, Mike? That's a damn good fucking point, because I told Sammy I can't stop watching Terrifier 2. I can't stop watching
That ending still doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
what?
And Terrifier 2.
It doesn't matter. It's not supposed to.
You know what?
That's
I,
right.
I,
That's
saw
right.
I saw an interview with
It really
Damien
doesn't
Leone,
matter.
and he was like, "We shot a movie that made sense." He was like, "Problem is, like, some other movie came out that was like the exact movie they had, so they were like, fuck, we can't release this. Like, let's make it ambiguous, and then we'll fix it in the third movie." So I don't know what that
Part
movie
3
was.
will explain
but
Terrifier.
Like the
Okay.
Jester. I was so excited to see
Oh,
it.
yeah,
it
Jester.
was horrible.
Was it?
was it was such a ripoff of the Terrifier. That maybe I was prejudiced against it because it did that.
Who put it out? Was it Asylum?
No,
Okay.
no.
Was there someone big in that too? There was a good name in that, wasn't it?
If it was, I didn't notice.
Man,
That movie sucked my ass.
that's a bummer.
But the chick was hot.
Well, Sal,
Hmm?
I know you want to talk about this one right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, Winnie the
Love
Pooh
it.
2, Blood and Honey.
Mike, I'm telling you right now, buddy, this to me was just as good, if not a little better than Terrifier 2.
I'm going to have to, like, drink and watch this.
Mikey, the costumes, it was like me and you and Sammy went to Kmart and put the pieces together, but the brutality of it was better than Terrifier 2. It was brutal.
So the plot of this one, it says, deep within the 100-acre wood, a destructive rage grows as Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Owl, and Tigger find their home and their lives endangered after Christopher Robin revealed their existence. What the
I loved it. I'm
Winnie the
sorry.
Pooh.
So not wanting to live in the shadows any longer, the group decides to take the fight to the town of Ashdown, the home of Christopher Robin, leaving a bloody trail of death and mayhem in their wake.
Mikey, as soon as Sammy told me he had it, I watched it. I hung up.
Okay.
Say it here.
Does Winnie the Pooh get stuck in a wall?
In a wall?
No.
Well, then I'm not watching
I
it.
don't think so.
Why would he get stuck in a wall?
Hello?
He always
Remember he
got
gets stuck in the hole?
tree?
Winnie the Pooh? When they
Oh,
got to
yeah.
pull him out?
Oh yeah.
He's looking for honey.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
but
watching
but
But you know what he does do in
Mike,
this movie is he rips everyone's arms and legs
Yeah.
off that he comes across.
And Mike, you think he was cock strong in the first one? He is super cock strong in this one.
I do think that,
Wonderful.
Super.
the costumes got worse with this one.
You know, and I told Sam that's what it said.
The movie is shot amazing though. It looks
Yeah.
great.
I read an article on it. They
Does,
said
does,
he-
does Tigger say,
no.
well, then I'm not watching it.
Mikey, I read an article that they said his face would be more detailed. That wrecked it. That wrecked it. for
Tigger
me.
doesn't say hoo hoo hoo, but he stabs a fat chick like 400 times in the belly.
Now, I'll tell you what disappointed me. The only thing that disappointed me in this movie is Tigger didn't bounce on his tail.
Yeah,
If
that
he
would have
would've
been
bounced
good.
on his tail, I would have lost it.
Oh man, but he kills a whole fucking party worth of people. So
Mike, he slaughters more motherfuckers in this movie than any movie I've ever seen.
and he's like saying one-liners
Yeah.
and shit. I don't
He-
remember any off the top of my head, but he's like he gets 6 or 7 of them in
Yeah,
there.
the chainsaw's on fire. It was magnificent. I recommend
Does
this.
Pooh,
highly
does
recommend
Pooh
this movie.
say, I didn't want to eat the honey. I just wanted to taste
Well,
it.
actually,
No, he says "fuck you" and he cuts heads off.
Actually, Tigger. Actually, everybody talks except
He's so
Pooh.
mad, yeah.
Everybody talks in this one. They break their silence,
Oh, God.
except Pooh. Pooh doesn't. He might have said one or two things.
I think he talks.
I think he talked one or two little lines, but the other three guys, they talked through the whole movie.
Yeah, the owl is a real asshole.
Owl, that motherfucker. that was brutal. He was brutal. He was brutal.
Dude, there's some brutal kills in this movie. The whole budget went into the kills, I think.
Oh my God, Mike! Right at the beginning, he does a Terrifier number, just breaks his chick's arm off.
I like how they explain, like, because the Christopher Robin actor is different in this movie. They explain that by saying, like, the first movie is really just a movie inside of this
Inside a
movie.
movie, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
explaining the shit that happened in...
Does Eeyore have a tail?
Eeyore's dead. Because
I'm
they
not
ate him.
watching it.
They
Eeyore's
ate
dead.
him in the first one.
But Piglet, they reanimate Piglet. He gets fucked up in this movie. He gets fucked
Do
up.
they eat him?
Could I tell him, Sammy?
Yeah.
They should.
Go ahead, spoil it.
They shoot his head off
That's great.
with a shotgun.
Yeah.
They shoot his head. But look at Pooh. Doesn't he look like a tiger? Come on.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a... this is the second, and, like, they're coming out with
So
a
are
whole
these-
franchise of this.
God, are these like idiots in costumes? Like
The
Yeah.
Winnie-the-Pooh. It was like putting a skinny guy in a fat suit. That's how bad it was. I seen the guy's stomach actually move to the fucking side, man.
So one thing,
It's like Rawhead Rex.
another huge spoiler alert here, but of course you come to find out that they're like the fucking experiments of like a
Little
Nazi
kids,
German
yeah,
scientist or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
But he's stealing kids and trying to
Yeah.
make like a super soldier or some shit.
But Mike, the little kid that plays Winnie the Pooh was taller than Christopher Robin. He was a creepy looking little motherfucker, man. How about it?
Oh,
Sammy?
they show like little Pooh and he's like
yeah.
fucking a cannibal and shit.
Yeah. Now Tigger's makeup was cool. The owl was horrible. It looked like somebody just found some feathers on the ground and stuck them in a tree.
What about Kanga and Roo?
I don't think they were in there.
They weren't in there. Yeah.
I'm not watching this.
But look at Piglet. Now that he bent his ears over and he doesn't have his tusks anymore, because that made me laugh when Sammy said Piglet has tusks now. And they killed Piglet in the first one. So what the hell happened?
What was the rabbit's name? You had the big ears.
Rabbit. Just
Okay.
Rabbit.
Rabbit?
Yeah. But Pooh. But look at the detail on Pooh. He doesn't look anything like he did in the first one.
It was, yeah. It got horrible.
Mike,
you could see the guy's like skin underneath.
Yeah, Mike.
I didn't know if that was supposed to be because they were supposed to be humans who had turned into
you
something.
could totally see the fake belly moving, and he had to put it back a couple times. You catch that so much in this. It was fucking stupid, but the movie was great. I just wish they would have done a better. They should have kept the same makeup and the same fat guy. Because I told Sammy it looked like me.
That was funny. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun. I like the first one too. It was pretty fun.
I think they were both equally well done in my taste because I like horrible movies. You know that.
Yes.
But Mikey, there was so much violence in this, and the greatest thing, I don't know if Sammy noticed. From the outside, it was like a Doctor Who thing. The tree was this big, but when you walk into it, it was like a whole fucking place.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was great.
That was awesome, man. But Pooh was cock strong in this motherfucker. He was the one that moved that camper by himself. He threw it over and made it go over the side.
Yeah, he was just ripping arms off too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, dude. And he was yelling.
he ripped that girl's head off. I think.
Oh, dude. He
Okay.
fucked up a lot of people.
Next time I have a couple drinks in me, I will put this one on.
Do you
Yeah, it's a
promise?
fun one.
You got to watch both of them.
I do not promise. But
I'll give you $1.59 if you watch both of them in the same night. I'll give you $2.25 if you watch them both in the same night.
if you're willing to go $2.25, then
$2.25.
you'll go to $5.
$2.20. I'll go $4.13 you watch
Deal.
both of them.
Deal.
And I'll buy a Schlitz. Yeah.
That's
There
more
you
than they
go.
spent on the makeup for the movie. So I don't know. This next one we kind of all have mixed reviews on, but Baghead.
Yeah.
I like Baghead.
This was a director. This is a first-time director. The guy's name was Alberto Corrender, and he also has a short film like based on this.
Now, Sammy, you did like it?
I thought this one was pretty good. Yeah.
And what about you, Mike?
No, I put it on in the background while I was doing stuff.
You know what, Sammy? I just wish it was this much better.
Cool story, though.
I
Good
thought it
premise.
was this much better.
You know what?
She inherits the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I really like in horror movies. I don't know why it's like a weird thing with me, like where I like the setup and like the weird, like thing in the beginning where they explore this brand new gothic mansion and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's fun.
The
I
whole,
like
the whole
setup
thing
of
with
this.
like, the monster comes out of the wall. Cool. But I don't know. Just overall,
This is
I got lost in the middle.
Yeah, not a spoiler alert at all because they let you know pretty early. But this is a witch movie too.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman in the bag is a witch.
Mhm.
They like killed her back in the day, and now she's like come around for.
And you know what I love, Sammy? She had to swallow something of yours.
Oh yeah, she did. This would be they should make a porno out of this movie.
It's like that movie I love.
Baghead.
It's like back to the caution to the back of my throat.
They would, you know what
It's
they
right up
would,
there with that one.
you know what they'd call it though? They'd call it bagged head. Bagged head.
You know what, Mikey?
How about Teabag Head?
You know what, Mikey?
Teabag
This
Head.
would be an excellent movie, outdoor theater movie. It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun. So yeah, in case people don't know this, the girl like inherits this pub from her father, and there's this witch in the basement that has a bag. Yeah, she comes out with the bag on her head, right?
Yes.
Tater sack.
Yeah, so they lift the bag, they like stick something, that someone like like Sal said, she had to swallow something like a wedding ring or something, and then you get to talk to that dead whoever owned that
5
possession.
minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 or 5 minutes.
2 minutes, yeah, and then after the 2 minutes, it like it's a little bit talk to me ish kind of.
No, Sammy.
Yeah, but
no,
after 2 minutes, then it becomes like fucking the witch takes over and like
now, Sammy, remind me.
starts fucking with your mind.
Did the husband cheat on her, or did she cheat on him? Because he wanted to talk to his wife.
Oh, it turned out like the wife cheated on, or no, the guy
accused her.
Yeah, he like killed her. I
He
think.
killed her because he was cheating on her, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, that pissed me off. That he was
One of the people that paid her money
that,
to.
That pissed me off. That
But
pissed
you know
me
what?
off.
A spoiler alert here. I mean, we've all seen it and everything like that. But I really appreciate that this movie doesn't end happy at all.
Not at
like
all.
the main character
Not at
dies,
all.
everybody involved dies. The witch ends up escaping, which they
Yeah.
say like is
Yeah.
gonna set off the apocalypse, like hell on earth, basically.
Yeah, and he thought he was getting away with some shit,
Yeah.
and he didn't. That's what I enjoyed.
That's what I did. The end of the movie was a little weird, when
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
you killed the one person holding me back or something, but
Yeah.
now I am her.
I thought the makeup was magnificent. The makeup of the witch was magnificent.
Yeah.
And I know Sammy's a big witch dude, but that was a good witch movie. Very good, I thought.
Yeah, lots of good witch
Yeah.
movies. I thought this one was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was a little, like I said, a little confused about some minor plot points, but it was like, yeah, I didn't see the end coming at all. I thought
You know what pissed me off? You know what pissed me
that?
off? The dude, Mikey, that wanted to know about his wife, he just fucking walks in and breaks in. I would have beaten that motherfucker till there was nothing left of him.
Well, she was ready to hit him the first time.
And this takes place in what, Scotland? Ireland?
No,
Yeah, I
It's
think so.
somewhere in
Was it
like the
Scotland?
UK like that. I
Was
think
it
it might have been, yeah.
Well, anyway, he promised her how much? $3,000? $3,000?
It was like 2,000, I think.
She needed money bad.
Yeah.
Bad. And her best friend came with her, and they loved each other. She was trying to help her. And the witch somehow, when you're with her too much, she demented your mind. So she made the girl that inherited the bar go against her friend, and her friend winds up leaving, but then she winds up coming back. That really angered the fuck out of me.
And like they say, like, why don't you let the witch go or whatever?
Yeah.
Like she'll follow you everywhere until.
But there is a line she can't cross, which is the first step to where she's at.
That's because she had to obey the
she had to
girl
obey the
who owned
rules,
the
yeah.
pub, so
Right.
she put on like the step, you can't cross.
And the stupidity, Mike, there's always an idiot. It said, do not go in her realm,
Yeah.
which was the crack in the wall.
Don't cross the line.
She goes in there.
Yeah.
Stupid fuck.
I don't know if we've mentioned this before, but if you guys know this or not, there's going to be a new It Follows movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
There's a new one coming out. You didn't
That
like It
first one
Follows?
sucked my ass.
I thought
love
it was,
that.
the only thing good. It was
the
like
only
a
thing
mini,
the only thing I liked about It Follows was that big fucking demon dude that and she got
in the
outside in the
bedroom?
bedroom, man. That fucker scared me.
That one has some good jump scares.
Yeah, he bothered me.
Still awesome, like intro to that movie when they just cut to the
Yes.
woman like all fucked up, like
So-
legs
beach.
going everywhere.
So I'm sorry, Mike. You didn't see it, or you don't want to see this?
Baghead, I did
Yeah.
see it.
You didn't like it.
I put it on in the background, and I got lost in the middle. But it was, I like how it started, like the story, the premise.
Mm-hmm.
I will give thumbs up for that. That was cool.
Good setup.
But it kind of lost
very
me
good
along
setup.
the way.
Very good. And this pub, ooh,
I'd go drink in there.
I would buy
Cool.
it just for the look of it.
Yeah.
I would buy it just for the look of it.
Would
And-
you be the girl in this movie? Would you stick around and
But here's what kills me.
No.
Here's what kills me.
I'd hang out at that pub?
The guy
got a witch in the basement?
The guy wanted I think he was it was the lawyer. Sell it to me. But she couldn't. If she wanted to, even if she wanted to, she couldn't because it said the owner must not sell this property because it was in her name per her father.
Yeah, you had to die to get rid of it.
You had to die to get rid of it. Yeah. So but that motherfucker, man, he was every chance he got, Mike. Come on, sell it to me. Come on, sell it to me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. The next one we got here is Double Blind. Any of you guys see this one?
Mm-mm.
This is another directorial debut. This guy's the director of this movie is Ian Hunt Duffy. This is an Irish film. It's also got Pollyanna McIntosh as the doctor.
Ooh.
And she probably has like her part in this movie kind of gave me chills down my spine. This one was pretty good. She was like a reanimated corpse after a while. Yeah, so this is the plot of this movie is like after an experimental drug trial goes awry, the test subjects face a terrifying side effect where if you fall asleep, you die.
Sounds like
Okay, I didn't see this.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, so they're basically like trapped in an isolated facility. They're like on a lockdown. Panic ensues as they try to escape and somehow stay awake. This thing is like altering their brain chemistry, basically.
I love her.
Who
Yeah.
is that's the one from Walking Dead, right, Mike?
Yeah.
The trash lady?
Yeah, the woman too.
The woman.
Yeah, so there's this part where like she dies like trying to get out of the facility pretty early on in the
You know
movie.
what, Sammy? You know what, Sammy? I don't know about you and Mike. I love when you have to take something, whether it be a serum, a pill. I love movies like that, Mike. Do you like movies like that? Some experimental shit. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, this one was fun because you know they're all like tripping basically halfway through the movie and
So you can't fall asleep at all?
no, because it like has some kind of effect on you where it like it fucks with your brain and then like you know if you fall asleep it shuts down and then like you start having fucking hemorrhage like bleeding from your nose and eyes. And,
Damn.
Yeah. So I think they have to survive like 24 hours on a lockdown
So if you
before they could get out of this
and then
this
could,
drug
and-
trial.
and then you could be back to normal?
Well, no, they're talking about like one of the smart guys in this says like, you know, he thinks like after the movie they're gonna have to put him like into a coma. And,
Damn.
yeah, like
Ooh,
really.
nice.
Yeah, there was some really awesome parts in this
Levitation.
movie.
I could never get tired of that effect, Sam.
That's
Never.
always cool. Yeah,
Love it.
yeah, but like I said, Pollyanna McIntosh, great in this movie.
Did you
Yeah.
do you
Not
like
bad,
it though?
yeah.
She's
You liked
great
it
in
though?
it.
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, I like this one. This one was a fun one. This was a shorter movie, I think.
Speaking of her, she was on the latest season of what's it called now? No One Lives. I think it's the new Walking Dead spinoff.
Oh,
And with it's the return of Rick and Michonne and
You said
Pollyanna.
you don't like that shit anymore. There were too
I
many.
don't think I've ever said that.
Yeah,
but,
you did.
If I've said that, I wouldn't be talking about it now.
You're a heathen. You're a heathen.
we know that. No, she's on the last that season.
She's hot, Mike.
She is. I
She's
met her in
hot.
person. She's very
She's nice?
beautiful.
tall.
Yeah, she is tall.
She's a tall drink of water.
But she reprises her character from the original Walking Dead series as Anne or Jadis, and she's out.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah, and she's out hunting down Rick and Michonne.
I'm
on
sorry,
the show.
buddy. I could have sworn you said you were tired of all the remakes. I'm sorry.
Spin-offs.
Spinoffs. Sorry.
There's a lot of them.
There's too many of them.
The Ones Who Live is that?
That's the one.
So, Mike, the one does Rick come back?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to sound stupid. You see him, right? I mean, you know he's coming back. It's not that bullshit where
He's the
you
star
think
of the
it
show.
is. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do you like that?
That he came back?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I just hope like it's done now.
What was his wife's name?
Michonne.
I love her.
So at the end of
They got married.
the season,
Well, they say they did.
in the Walking
Yeah.
Dead
Yeah.
world, yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, it's a very happy ending. They're reunited with their kids. Spoiler alert. And they just need to end it there. Don't do any more spin-offs with Rick and Michonne. Just
They got kids?
leave it there.
Yeah, they
do
had
have
his
kids.
son.
I haven't seen that in forever.
No, it's his son and their.
Nope.
You got it wrong. He had a son, Mike. The guy that could shoot. The kid that could shoot really well.
Wrong again. Carl dies. Do you want me to ruin the entire Walking Dead?
Wait a minute.
for
Wait a
you
minute.
guys?
Sure.
Wait a minute. He did have a son, man. He could
Yes.
shoot really well.
Carl.
Yeah.
Dead.
Oh, I didn't watch it up to that.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell
Oh.
you.
But I'm just telling Sam, he had a son. They had a kid together, right?
Carl.
What,
They had a kid together,
what
him and
was,
Michonne.
Was it a girl?
Now, the other daughter
He gets
is
so mad.
because you're getting it all fucking wrong. Let me tell you. Stop interrupting me. Rick's daughter is Judith, and she is her mother was Lori, who died in the prison. Now there's a lot of debate that it wasn't Rick's daughter, it was Shane's daughter. And if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, you got to start from season 1 and learn who all these characters are. Rick had a son with his wife Lori, Carl. Carl died. So now the 2 remaining kids, they are, they're missing their parents, and Michonne became a mother to Judith, and that's all she knows. She of course she never met her mother because the day she was born, Lori died. So all she's known as a mother figure is Michonne. So they get reunited with the kids at the end of the season of this new spinoff, and I just think it needs to end there. Don't do any more. Let it just be one big happy ending. Be done with Walking Dead.
I was just trying to tell Sammy, I know you're right, but I was just trying to tell Sammy from what I seen and what kids they had. That's all I was saying.
2.
But you know what? Right after the second spinoff, I dropped it. I dropped it.
This must be like the 5th spinoff now.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
See, come on.
The
Seriously?
one that was just god awful. They should have never done it.
With Durrell?
No, was I think it was called World Beyond. It was with like these young kids, and that it was garbage. They did I think 2 seasons of that.
So nobody reprised their roles?
Yes, Pollyanna McIntosh's character did on that season, and they mentioned Rick on that spinoff, but you never got to see him. It was a complete waste of time.
That pissed me off that Rick had taken some time off. That pissed me off.
Well,
that pissed me off.
Wanted to go do other things, but hey, money talks, and he came back.
Come on, Mike. How greedy can you get?
Same with
you're on a hit series.
Same with the actress who plays Michonne. She left the show too, but money talks. They came back. But if this
because they weren't on anything else. I never remember seeing them anything
she's
good.
in the Black Panther movies. She's got the bald head.
Yeah, but Mike, did you see Rick in anything?
That's right.
Did you see Rick in anything after that? I seen him in nothing.
Not that I can recall. If you go on IMDb, I'm sure there's stuff. I think maybe he's done some theater.
See, you know what it is?
Yeah.
People get too fucking greedy, and I don't know about you, but Sammy said
Like you said, what's his name from the Warriors? He's like, do you know who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
They're like, no, get the
Yeah.
fuck off the set.
I said this in a podcast many podcasts ago. Mike, you throw me in a movie, I'm happy as a pig in blankets. Mud, sorry. Give me a part. I don't care what you pay me. If it's enough to pay my bills, I'm happy. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, I'd be fine just being like, the guy where like the building collapses and the bricks smash my head. Like, just make me
victim
die.
number one.
I just want to
Mike,
die.
if you've seen me on a show and your buddies see me on a show and then their buddies see me on a show, I'd be happier than a motherfucker. But when you tell me that a guy leaves because of money and then you don't see him anymore, you're a dumbass.
I don't think the actor Andrew Lincoln left the show because of money. They made, I don't know, 10 seasons. He probably got sick of doing it, wanted to do something more with like his acting career instead of playing one character.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of dudes do that.
But then it could have been money
Batman.
too. You never know. It could have been money too.
I recently read Tom Segura's book, and he has a story about the guy who's on like Sex and the City. He plays Mr. Big. It was like we were on the airplane together, and like all the women are like, oh my god, can I get you a drink? And the actor is so over it. He's like, it's a fucking show. Just bring me a Coke. Like shut up. I'm not Mr. Big.
Just Mike explaining how many spinoffs. I was ready to fall asleep on them.
Let's count them. Okay,
I fucking
we got
hate that shit.
Fear the Walking Dead. You got what's it called? Dead City. That was the Maggie and Nick Negan one. Then you got Daryl Dixon. You had World Beyond, and now you got The Ones Who Live. So that's 5 spinoffs of the original.
So you're
Walking
basically
Dead.
talking 6 altogether.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go. That's
after the first one, maybe I might go to the second one, but that third, fourth, and fifth, you can kiss my ass.
I'm getting ideas.
You can
I'm getting
kiss my
ideas today.
ass.
That's another good porno title. Daryl Dixon. The Walking Head.
The Walking.
You don't want to start losing me. You don't want to start losing me as soon as they killed off the Asian guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Glenn.
Glenn.
That pissed me off.
That was just
That
such
pissed me
bad
off.
special effects. How like the blood ran down the fucking
When Negan
camera.
hammered him,
That was awesome.
batted him. I ain't gonna lie to you, I laughed, but that pissed me off, Mike.
You
That
like you
pissed me
liked
off.
you liked Glenn?
I like that his eye popped
love
out
Glenn.
like that.
Glenn was a cool motherfucker. You can't tell me Glenn wasn't a cool motherfucker, Mike.
Good character.
He was awesome, man.
But I mean, the show was true to the comic for the most part, not 100%, but they got that part right.
Yeah, but you know what though, Mike? When you get rid of a character that an apocalyptic happens and he's still human, and then they why did they always have to kill that dude off first? That person off first.
Negan was an evil, sadistic motherfucker.
All right, I'll accept that.
So,
Like a
moving
free
on.
donut, Mike. I'll accept it.
This is Mike's second most favorite movie of the year, Imaginary.
No.
He told us. He said earlier.
No.
You're just a killjoy. You're just Mike.
Did
a
you see
bear.
this? Did you
a
see
bear,
this?
Yeah.
You saw this.
A bear. A little teddy bear, Mikey.
You want to talk about cheesy fucking dialogue? That old lady, the neighbor, who shows up and she says,
Yeah.
they're in another dimension and there's infinite
Mikey,
possibilities that we can do
you know
here."
what? This is the movie I was thinking of, not Night Swim, but this is the movie where they go to the neighbor and the neighbor's like, "Here's everything that's been happening."
Yes. Like she's the fucking expert.
Yeah.
He slid on the floor. He slid on the floor.
You know what? It was
on.
creepy in this movie though, where like they're interviewing the little girl,
Yeah.
and then they go to they look at her mouth and
Yeah.
it's not moving at all, and the bear's like, "I told you, motherfucker."
Yeah,
or
that was cool.
something. Yeah.
That was cool.
Now, I disagree with you dudes. When the neighbor explained when she was little, I thought that was cool. You know how she would.
She just looks
how
creepy.
How would she give her? How she would give her the pictures?
Yeah.
You know, and she knew about her.
The bear's got a great name. Like if I ever owned a Frenchie bulldog, I would name him Chauncey.
I was thinking of like Chauncey when I hear that name. Like,
I'd say, "Hey, Chauncey."
she punches her in the face. There's something happy.
mommy.
Chauncey.
She was hot. The older sister was hot.
That actress was in Jurassic World, I believe. The second one, Domination, the mom.
Oh,
Or, the stepmom.
yeah, she was a badass in that.
Yeah.
She flew a plane, right?
Speaking of Walking Dead, you remember
Yeah,
Jesus? You remember?
She flew a
Do
plane.
Yeah.
you remember Jesus from Walking Dead?
Yeah.
That's the husband.
No, it isn't.
That's him.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tom Payne is his
Tom
name.
Payne.
No,
He plays like a music. He was also on Prodigal Son.
No, Mike, that's Jesus.
Yes.
See, that creeps me out, dude. I love little kids with fucked up pictures.
Oh, the neighbor lady too was on. She was in The Happening. She's been in The Happening, Split, a couple of the M. Night Shyamalan movies. That's how I remember her from.
I don't know. She was pretty terrible. In
I
this
can't believe that's Jesus.
one.
Yeah.
Dudes.
I call him Kung Fu Jesus.
So this is
Stop it.
basically like, yeah, if we didn't say, I don't think we really
did
said the
Kung Fu
plot
in
of this
Walking
movie,
Dead.
did we?
Stop it.
He did
Kung
Kung-
Fu Jesus.
he did Kung
You
Fu on
heathen.
Walking Dead.
You heathen.
Doing drop kicks and killing zombies.
That was pretty cool when the bear became like a big giant bear. Though that was cool.
I ain't gonna
like
lie
that.
to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, the creature design was
that
pretty
was
cool.
pretty funny.
That was like kind of what I wish Five Nights at Freddy's would have been, like that creepy bear, with fucking big giant teeth like that.
That fucked me up right there, Sammy. That guy in the background there.
Oh,
Can I hang out with your imaginary friend?
He's not imaginary. He's not your friend.
See, right then and there, my fat ass would have been gone. What didn't you like, Mike?
They go into the other dimension. Spoiler alert. They go into the other dimension with the neighbor. And she's like, gets all happy and she's all like, there's infinite possibilities that we can do. In the just the stupidest fucking thing that she could have said. I wanted to get up and walk out.
You know what I just realized too? This is like the third movie on this list alone that where they go into an alternate dimension
Yeah.
and the wall or something like
You
that.
know what? I
It's kinda
see
weird.
I see where Mike's going
Yeah,
with
they
that.
went into the wall.
I see where Mike's going with that. I kind of lean on what he's saying.
Like she
I
came
kinda
in there
lean
to
on what
like
he's
help
saying.
them. Like she's like
Yeah.
the savior, the hero, and then she turns out to be a
Yeah.
fucking whack job.
I just wish it would have been creepy. He's right about that. I'll give you that.
Infinite possibilities.
If you like
I'll
any of
give
this
you that.
other director's work, he's done. I wrote in here: Never Back Down, Kick-Ass 2,
Yes,
Fantasy Island,
No.
and The Curse of Bridge Hollow. Also, that Kevin James movie, True Memoirs of an International Assassin. So, not the greatest kind of track record.
Was Never Back Down? That kind of sucked.
I just wish Mike's right. I just wish it would have been darker in that other dimension instead of it would almost look like a
Candyland.
This is another one of those things.
Mike's right. Okay. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you on that.
We're gonna talk about like the First Omen had some good ones, but this is another movie where it had like just
you seen that
two
one?
like on the nose Easter eggs. Like they in this movie they move into a house on Elm Street in Springwood.
I noticed that. But Mike and you,
like Nightmare on Elm Street.
But Mike and you taught me how to look at the Easter eggs. And at first I loved it, but now it's okay. Not that Mike told me, not that Sammy told me. Now these movies, not this one. Take it easy. Hollywood needs to take it easy a little on that.
So this movie, it's I don't know if it's really a spoiler alert, but it becomes basically like the imaginary friend, like imaginary friends of little kids are spirits that attach themselves to children, basically.
Yeah, because they said they showed the little boy at the end with his bear. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of it was like a dumb explanation.
They took my bear.
You know what, Mike? Maybe Hollywood's got a trophy. Dead fish in the water.
This is one of them.
You know what? Did I like it? Yes. Will I watch it again? Probably not.
Nah.
Probably not.
It's kind of a stinker.
Worth seeing once.
Yeah.
What about this one? I kind of know how to feel about stop motion. This is a UK film. It's kind of disgusting. A little bit of a body horror film, a little bit.
See, you told me a little about this, and I wasn't interested.
This is written and directed by a guy who is an animator. His name is Robert Morgan. This is starring I always mess up her name. It's like Aisling Francesi. I think she was in the Nightingale.
Did you like it?
The Last Voyage of the Demeter. I thought this was pretty good. It
Did you
wasn't
see it, Mike?
horrible.
No.
Yeah.
I saw the preview though.
I saw the preview.
The mother in this movie is played by the actress's name is Stella Gannay, who she was the vampire Margaret Thatcher in El Condi. Remember we talked about that movie not too long ago.
So she makes a mean monster guy.
Yeah, basically like her mother is like this amazing stop motion artist, and she's like her assistant, basically like helping her move things because her mom's hands are all fucked up now. She can't really do it.
Right. This was in the theaters.
Yeah, so the mother like kind of gets like she goes into like a coma and like I don't know if she dies right away, but she ends up dying, and this woman actually wants to like branch out on her own and make her own stop motion picture. So she ends up like meeting this little girl who like you could kind of tell is like a figment of her imagination through most of the movie, but the little girl is fucked up. She's like, we should use like a dead fox in there, or like we should use the meat from a person, or like all this fucked up shit.
This little girl, that little girl there.
Yeah,
this one?
yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the video for Sober by the band Tool.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Kind of looks like that.
That stop motion feel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is like, it's kind of like a body horror type movie, but the puppets are like fucked up in it. It's
like
it's
the,
a pretty
like the
dark
Sober
movie.
video.
Yeah.
This is like a Puppet Master movie, man.
A little bit, but the puppets aren't really, I mean, it kind of does, like, they come to life, like, while she's sleeping, but you could tell it's like, it's her mind fucking with her.
The little girl?
Yeah, no, it's like, this woman is kind of going crazy. It's kind of almost like Black Swan a little bit, Like she's trying to make like this perfect animation film.
I don't like that. I want it to be real. I don't want it to be somebody's mind.
I don't know. This one gets pretty fucked up in the end. Because she kind of becomes like dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad little film.
Yeah, see when those little dudes...
I'd say like, if you exhaust everything else on your list, like go back and check this one out. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean the lead actress in this movie, that girl Aisling, she's been in some great, like The Nightingale was awesome. I recommend that all the time. Like that's a fucked up movie.
That was good. Did you see Nightingale?
I did see Nightingale.
I like that one.
Yeah, go check out Stop Motion. That's all right. You know what? Another one I thought was pretty good was Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney. She's been in
on
like
my list.
she's been in some good stuff like The White Lotus. She was in Nocturne. Do you see that? That one about like the devil's music. She's like a violinist.
No.
Or a celloist.
What's the
something
dealio,
like that.
Sammy? I think I can't remember if I've seen this or not.
So this one is like this one kind of like mirrors the plot of like the First Omen a little bit. They're like kind of sister movies, I think, a little bit, pun intended, I guess. But it's she's like a like a novice, like a new nun. She hasn't taken her vows yet.
Oh, weren't we talking about this, Mike?
Yeah, so she goes to she goes to Italy, and she ends up like
I did
becoming
see this.
like part of this
I did see
convent
this.
who's like these older nuns, it's like people who are the nuns who are dying away.
Yeah.
Just like Omen 2.
Yeah. So she ends up like becoming pregnant, and they think that she's like, it's like an immaculate conception.
Yeah. See, I told you, Mike, before, I'm so tired of nun movies.
Well, the end of the First Omen ties into the Omen Part 1 perfectly. With Gregory Peck's character as Thorn.
Yeah. Because didn't she put herself on fire first and then she jumped?
That was the First Omen.
That was the First Omen.
But I thought this one was pretty good. I like this movie because I read that like it started off like Sydney Sweeney. It was supposed to be like she auditioned for this role like 10 years ago or something like that, and it just never ended up getting made. Like it was supposed to be a high school movie or something. And then, like, she ended up buying the rights to this movie and
really?
getting it made. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she's like kind of like a writer, a producer
nuns,
on it.
The nuns, Sammy.
There was some good parts in this
there
one.
were some creepy motherfucking nuns, man.
Aren't they all?
Oh,
there was some. Yeah, I thought there was some good like creepy parts in this movie.
Heathen.
What?
Mike.
No,
he's a heathen.
Penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go see the penguin.
This one does have one of those like
Fuck this noise.
Yeah. What did you think, Mikey?
I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my list.
This one is good. I'd say like I'd say out of the First Omen and Immaculate, I'd like the First Omen better, but this is still really good.
If you and Mike like the First Omen, he'll probably like this one.
So a little bit of a spoiler alert with this one. Immaculate is kind of they're trying to breed like the offspring of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
The Omen, they're trying to create an offspring.
Yeah.
I mean, of the Antichrist. So this one I also thought was weird. Like these two movies, like Immaculate and the First Omen. Like we always talk about, like society kind of mirroring what's going on, or horror films mirroring what's going on in society.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like we're getting these kind of movies like Immaculate and the Omen because we're seeing like. All this overturning of Roe versus Wade now. That makes sense only to have like women's body horror after, so many years of real women's body horror outside.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what these movies do to me? They keep on making me say to you two guys, there's nothing new out there. We need some new ideas, man.
I think these are kind of new ideas.
There's been some new ones.
Mike, come on. How many nun movies can you read off the top of your head?
If you're talking about, nun movies, that's one thing. But as far as like original ideas, Late Night with the Devil was pretty damn original and fresh.
I gotta see
coming
it.
up.
You and Sammy are bragging too much about that. I
am
see it.
championing that film.
I gotta see it.
But
you
I just
said
saw
that was
it.
you said that was your number one pick, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in just a second. I got that coming up. But I thought that was interesting. We talk about like how the Cold War impacts like science fiction movies and our plant horror series. I thought that was interesting to see this going on in real time right now.
It's unfortunate, but like tragic. Real things do inspire good horror movies.
Yeah, like maybe in 50, 60 years they'll be like,
I
someone will have a podcast like,
I told you
they made all these movies because of all the women's fucking shit going on.
I told you dudes, man, people, especially like us, love seeing bad things happen and go wrong. We just do, man.
That's not true.
Yeah.
It's called Schadenfreude. You like to see bad things happen to other people
Winnie-the-Pooh!
because you're safe.
A children's book. He's cock strong.
Okay, but that's
That was a weird example.
that's a little different, man. It's a little different.
I'm just trying to make
Talking
Mikey,
like real shit,
I'm just
like
trying to make Mikey watch it.
the war in the Middle East, like the immigrant problem we have in the country now, like tragic things.
I don't know, dude.
Not Winnie-the-Pooh.
I don't know, dude. But that movie you told me to watch was magnificent. I can't say that word. What was? He had a horse and they killed it and he drew the.
Oh, Caligula?
No, it's a weird Hachi or who? Sisu.
Sisu.
I don't care what anybody says. When Mike
Hitachi.
fucking that movie was brutal.
It was good. It was like a finished Rambo.
Yeah.
Nazi killer.
Dude. I love that movie. That movie I could watch 100 times in a row.
Sisu was excellent.
I loved it, man. I loved that movie.
Yeah.
Did it reach? Hell yeah, but it's a movie.
Probably one of the better action films from last year.
Loved
Yeah,
it.
loved
Loved
it.
it.
So, yeah, moving on. Like I said, the sister movie kind of did this, the First Omen. Loved this one. Yeah, it was great.
Awesome.
That's not right, Mike or Sammy. That her shadows the cross. That's not right, buddy.
Why not?
Because I love it. It's
Oh,
when I say
it's
it's not right,
awesome.
that means I love it. That's wrong, buddy.
It's like, it's absolutely wrong.
It is, but I love it. I'm going to hell, man.
Yeah, so this was directed by another film debut. The director for this movie, her name is Arkasha Stevenson. She's
Awesome.
directed like one episode of like Legion, Briar Patch, and Brand New Cherry Flavor,
Hey.
like one episode each.
We need more female directors in
Yeah.
horror. We really do.
I was kind of blown away. I was like, damn, this is basically like this woman's first movie. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll watch. This is kind of like when you watch Ari Aster's first thing. I was like, damn, this is fucking great. I can't wait to see what her next project is.
Yeah.
This lady
Should be interesting. Yeah. Arkasha Stevenson. Yeah, the director of this one. This is also, we talked about him a bunch before. It was scored by Mark Corvin, creator of the, remember we talked about he created the Apprehension Engine?
Yes.
Like the creepiest sounding instrument ever.
Look at him, man.
Not the thing
Look
that's
at-
pictured here,
just
but.
looking at him, just seeing his image, he's a creepy dude.
Oh yeah, The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Black Phone he's scored.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's just got like really great, like creepy fucking music. It's
Why are all
like,
creepy music
just-
dudes look like this dude?
yeah, he kind of
Makes it
does
better.
look like, yeah,
It
he
just
can be
makes
like,
the movie music better.
"Ooh."
Don't do that, Sammy.
So yeah, this movie's set in 1971, just prior to the events of the prologue of the Omen. A young American woman is sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church, but encounters a darkness that causes her to question her faith and uncovers a terrifying conspiracy that hopes to bring about the birth of
all
evil
right.
incarnate.
I don't remember that.
Sis.
This is one I didn't really know any. I didn't even watch the trailer before I watched this movie. I think I might have watched it once, but I didn't even really know this was coming out until like a couple weeks before it came out. You know.
That nun right there, she creeped me out, man.
Yeah.
She creeped me out.
And of course, Ralph Ineson. Yeah,
Dude, the best voice. The best voice
Look at
for
her, look at
narration.
her. Dude.
he plays Father Brennan, who's like a slightly younger version of the role played by Patrick Troughton in The Omen.
The best voice for narration.
See, you know what, Sammy?
I thought it was interesting to see him in like a quote unquote normal role. You know, like he's not like the voice isn't a part of the role.
Right.
Yeah.
The nun that jumped, she looks like she should be on that movie, the old movie Freaks.
Yeah.
Because she looks like a freak.
Well, I think one of my favorite films with him is probably the first time I seen him was The Witch.
Yeah.
where he was the father.
But
Look at that.
There you go,
Can
that's his voice.
That's his voice, man.
Mother of what?
mother.
I'm sorry, dudes. Just couldn't get into this.
So this one, I thought it was like this did a great job of like kind of hitting the same beats of the old Omen.
Bill Nighy. Great.
Yeah, Bill
British.
Nye.
Is he the head vampire from
Yes.
Underworld.
Underworld?
Yeah.
Who's the other guy? Charles Dance played the priest in the beginning of the film.
Yes. He plays who is he? The Tyrell or not Tyrell. What the fuck was the name of like the blonde-haired motherfuckers in Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, he was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he was that like the father of that family.
You would probably remember him from Golden Child. He was
yeah.
What was he, Mike? In
he was
Golden Child?
the bad guy in Golden Child.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Brother Nimsy or Nimsy.
He
whatever,
looks like
yeah.
the devil himself, that
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
But
Last
Mike,
Action Hero.
But
Last
Mike,
Action Hero, he
but
was.
Mike, that nun that jumped, I hope that's not a real face.
She sets herself on
I
fire.
hope
yeah.
that's not a real face, buddy. Because,
for you, Damien.
because it looks like her skin moved and her bones moved and didn't go back. that nun creeped me the fuck out.
So yeah, this had some great parts in it. I thought there was this movie does a good thing of like kind of wearing it. I was saying that its influences on its sleeve pretty good. Like the club scene, there's like very fast strobe lights where there's like scary shit happening.
You know, see,
that's kind of like Jacob Slatter, I think.
But see, that's
kinda,
why it didn't make sense to me. They have a hoary chick and then a chick that wants to become a nun.
They
And
were
the next
both
thing you know, the
nuns.
hoary chick talks her into going out.
They were both becoming nuns.
Well,
or
that
the one
was-
was already.
that was
The hoary chick was a nun already?
Or she was either she was or she was going to become one, just like the American Girl.
well, that was the whole catalyst for the movie. They take her out, they get her drunk and fucked up, and then they impregnated her.
Yeah,
that was the whole. that
everyone
was,
was in on it.
yeah, that was a huge plot point of the movie.
I mean, when she made out or when she kissed her, I thought something else was going to happen. I did.
That would have been good.
I did.
Downtown.
I was thinking. I was thinking some dirty thoughts.
Ooh, okay.
Nunsploitation.
She did look great in that outfit, though, that club outfit.
Oh, the V cut?
Yeah.
You heathen.
That's what I said. Yeah, we need to do an episode on nunsploitation. There's some great, like the Devils.
Dude, stop.
There's some great ones. Come on, you could do
Mike,
Miss 45.
You're stupid, Mike. Dude, you're going to hell, buddy.
But I was talking about some of
highway.
the influences. Also, like there's a part where she crashed a car and she gets out and she's like, oh, she's getting possessed by something. That's the scene from Possession.
Possession, you said. Yeah.
Isabel Lagiani, I think is her name. That is a
Can you
fucking
spell
amazing
that?
scene. I can.
I got to see that movie.
But yeah, I just thought this was a great way to explore like the world of the Omen, while bringing it right back to the beginning of the first
love the
movie.
ending when he tells her the boy's name.
Yeah.
And then it just boom, end credits right there. He's like, Damien, end credits.
You know what? The last like little part of this movie though, I imagined it being like an Avengers movie. It's like this is the Damien initiative.
You were waiting for somebody to fly down.
Like they're like Damien will return in part 2.
He's Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate Nick Fury. Fuck him.
So moving on, this one just came out pretty recently. I think within the last week or so. Sting.
Didn't
you guys
see
this one?
Didn't see it.
This is awesome. I love like snowstorm, like isolated apartment movies.
I do.
Added bonus that
I
it's
agree.
like an alien.
I agree. I agree. Oh, so the spider's an alien?
Basically, yeah. But it's this is like all the beats to this story.
Is this the
like,
one where you told Mike and I that there's a bunch of spiders in it? And
yeah,
one big one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the one. Yeah, just the one.
Oh, it's just one.
Yeah. But yeah, again, Jermaine Fowler, he's one of the main characters in this. So basically, like this little girl like finds a little spider, when she's like tries to take care of it because she notices that it's like gives off these weird qualities, like it can kind of mimic like sounds and stuff. And
that's not right, Sammy.
Yeah, so she keeps it in and the little girl kind of becomes a little evil, like as the movie goes on. It's a little weird. Yeah, but this is great. The spider ends up getting bigger and it like, eventually it starts eating shit like all around the apartment building.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like it stings you and paralyzes you and then it'll like take you and put you in a fucking nest somewhere where you're still alive.
And it's little like that?
Yeah, no, it gets bigger because this weird like Asian dude, he's a botanist or something and she gives it to him because he's like, a super smart dude. He like studies arachnids or something like that.
Did that spider just open a jar?
Yeah. Because the guy's like, he's like, this is like no spider I've ever seen, and the fucking, of course, he's even kind of a little evil. He starts
that's a
feeding
big
it and
spider,
shit.
dude.
You know what I haven't seen in a while that was pretty damn good? Arachnophobia.
Yeah. It's creeped the fuck out of me when I was a
too.
kid.
Oh, when John Goodman stepped on it, though, that fucked me. Oh, see? Nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that stupid ass 8-legged freaks?
Yeah.
Come on.
David Arquette.
Come on, Mike. That wasn't
Well, bad
funny.
one.
That wasn't funny when they'd roll and you hear, wow, wow, wow.
That was fun. Who was
Gary
like the
Wurr
old,
and Scarlett Johansson was in that.
Oh, yeah, young Scarlett Johansson.
who was like it? Was it 8-Legged Freaks? The guy who was like the spider expert in there?
No, that's Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia, yeah.
Wasn't he in the Warlock movies?
This one's fun, yeah.
The guy from Arachnophobia? The head guy?
Julian
Yeah.
Sands.
Yeah. I like
He,
that guy. I like that guy.
He's the one who disappeared in the mountains.
Yeah, this is a fun little movie. I kind of wish this would have came out like a couple months ago, back when it was winter. Like you could watch this as a snowstorm is going on.
Damn.
I do want to see that one.
Yeah.
I want to check that
Spiders
out.
do creep me
I
out.
Now,
love
there's
spi-
one
I
part in
love
this movie.
spiders.
This part made me cringe where like this woman gets bit by the spider and she's like looking in the mirror and she like passes out. She falls back and hits her head on the bathtub and they like her neck right here and then it's like you could hear it. It's like, oh man, it's fucked up. And then the spider crawls into her mouth and out of her fucking
See, I love that
It's
stuff.
fucked up shit.
I
Yeah.
love that stuff.
Yeah, it like crawls into her body and then bursts out of her
I
body.
can't get enough of that shit. I
Yeah.
love it. I got to check this out.
So one that just came out on Friday, which I watched, well, I thought was fucking great, was Abigail. This is like a radio silence movie. The same guys who did like the last two Scream movies, Ready or Not. Forget what else they've done. But yeah, they've done some great shit. This has Melissa Barrera in it, Dan Stevens, who's been in some great movies, like The Guest. And
Is Radio Silence like a team of filmmakers?
yeah, it's a director, Matt Bertinelli Open, Tyler Gilley, and I think they have like another producer buddy that's always with them. Also, I think like Gary Busick is kind of like part of their writing team. He's done like Freaky. I think he's done a couple Conjuring movies even.
That one actor, Kevin something, he looks familiar.
I want to say it's Durant.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
him.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, this is a great movie though. This little girl, she's a great actress in this movie. She's like
Giancarlo Esposito.
yes, basically like there's this team of people who are hired to kidnap this little girl. So they kidnap her, and then eventually they come to find out like she's a fucking vampire, and
Nice.
they like lock down the the whole house and everything, and this little girl like hunts them through the night.
Do we need a timeout?
Oh no, he said he's going to the bathroom.
Well, we can finish this trailer, then we'll do a timeout.
Yeah, this one was fucking fun though. It has this is a little bit kind of like a horror comedy, but it's also
It looks like it would be.
There's some great parts, like she grabs like this one dude by the legs, Dan Stevens by the legs, and she starts flying up in the air. He's like, she's fucking flying? What? Yeah, I thought it was cool too. Like I didn't think I would be that much into it because the trailer leans a lot into it being like a ballerina, you know.
Yeah.
But the movie doesn't. There's only like 2 scenes where she does anything like ballerina like.
That guy I've seen in stuff.
Yeah, he's been in some great movies.
Usually he plays a bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy is great too. Kevin Durant, he's been in a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I saw him in a lot of things. Big guy.
Yeah.
Oh, come Mike.
This is meant to be a comedy, so.
Yeah. This is a fun one.
It is?
Yeah.
It's
This
a
is
comedy?
It's like, yeah, it's funny, but there's also some fucking awesome parts in it.
Okay, I did see the trailer, Sammy, of this.
That part is really funny. She's like dancing with a dead body, and then she like takes his hand. And
You know what though? When I seen the trailer, I did want to check it out though. I want to check it out.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, definitely. So I think we've pretty much covered mostly everything, right?
Should we talk about some TV shows?
Yeah, you want to? Yeah, we'll finish up after we talk. I got one more movie
Okay.
after this, but
Yeah.
we'll do that. Yeah. You want to do the movie now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about the night that Jack Delroy interviewed the cock fucking devil
That's
in
right.
Late Night with the Devil.
So good. So good.
This is starring David Dastmalchian. We've talked about him a ton on here.
He is one of the creepiest actors I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's been in great shit. The Dark
He's
Knight,
a
Prisoners,
creepy motherfucker.
Ant-Man, Blade Runner, Dune, The Suicide Squad, Boston Strangler, Oppenheimer. I loved him in the Weird Al Yankovic. Have you guys seen that movie?
Yeah, who did he play?
I won't watch
He's like,
anything
they're
else.
like, Jack Black is like, Weird Al, I'm calling you out. You got to make up a song on the spot. And like from the back of the crowd, you hear, how about another one bites the dust? And everyone's like, who said that? And he's like, I'm John Deacon. And it's David Dastmalchian.
yeah.
And people are like, who? Who the fuck is John Deacon? He's
Bass
like,
player from Queen.
I play the bass in Queen.
Now wait a minute, Sammy. This guy was in the original Blade Runner or the remake?
No, the remake, 2049.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, also
I was
last,
gonna say,
yeah.
Mike, he's got to be like 90 years old.
Sequel.
He's also supposed to be in The Life of Chuck, which is another Stephen King movie, and Mike Flanagan, too.
Oh, cool.
Is filming this. Should be pretty good. So I was also saying he has a comic book that he writes, too, Count Crowley.
Look at
great.
him. Oh, he's creepy, though, Sammy.
Oh, you want to know what's kind of creepy? He's also a casket ambassador.
Wow.
He's a brand ambassador.
like for real?
For a casket company, yeah. It's
Okay,
fucking
I'd like to meet this guy.
Holy shit.
He's also got his own alter ego, Dr. Fearless, that he like,
You know what, Mike?
Dr.
You know what, Mike?
Fearless.
You know what, Mike? And I'm being totally serious here with you. I always wanted my own casket.
To just hang out in and sleep in?
Just to have it. I would sleep in it.
So if you need a casket,
Okay.
go to Titan
Yeah.
Caskets, where David Dastmalchian will
And I
sell
told
you a
you
casket.
dudes, I told you dudes a long time ago, I always want a casket and I always want a tombstone with my name on it and a question mark.
Sell?
No, I'm serious. I am totally serious. Stop it.
So I don't know.
Your name with a question mark.
I've been hearing about Late Night with the Devil forever, that it's like the best movie of the year, and I was
Well-
skeptical when I watched it,
you
but
and
I was
Mike-
like, this is one of my favorite fucking movies
I'm
now.
listening to you and Mike. I'm listening to you and Mike regardless of the last Omen, First Omen.
The First Omen, yeah.
I'm listening. I'm gonna go just on that. You know why I'm going on that?
Why?
That little bit of trailer I seen where some dude was interviewing the little girl and her head's down like that.
That's it.
Oh yeah. We'll watch the trailer right now for this. So this movie has like 9 title cards.
Oh my god, yeah, I recognize that right away. Like, how many fucking production companies?
So this is basically an Australian film. Everybody
Really?
involved in it,
But
yeah, is Australian.
I've always told you I love Australian films.
Yeah, they're great.
There he is.
I didn't know that.
There he is.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something. This movie is kind of like I watched it when we had this is another like Enfield Poltergeist kind of thing. Is like, you ever watch the thing Night Watch?
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that, where it's like a television news program that happens throughout the night. It's kind of found footage.
You know where I first loved Australian films was The Loved Ones. Ever since I watched The Loved Ones, Australian films are great in my eyes.
They're great.
This dude's so weird though, man.
Loved Ones was good.
What's wrong with this dude, Mike?
This movie right here just has so many layers to it. Like, you come to find out, there's
he looks like a creep in everything he's in, but he doesn't play a creep in this one.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think if you like read between the layers, like, he is kind of a creep because he's he belongs to like
that's right.
Bohemian Grove.
That's right.
He's you kind of find out he has basically sold his soul to the devil in the past.
This young girl.
We're gonna spoil this whole movie. Sorry.
Why? I didn't see it yet, dude.
That's your fault. We told you.
This young girl was so good.
Yeah, she's like constantly looking at the camera when she shouldn't be looking at the camera.
The makeup and her eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's a part at the end when they show like her face for real that it's really fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to put a shot in here, but I just didn't get a time for that. Yeah, awesome.
Oh, that ain't right, dude.
Oh, I got to talk about a museum. I'll do that at the end.
So is this like the 70s, Sammy?
Yeah, it's like 77.
Everybody that's seen this said it's magnificent.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah,
This is the one you gotta watch. So, like I said, best one of the year so
Mike,
far.
please tell me there's no comedy in it.
No, I mean,
there's a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah, but it's not meant to be funny.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could accept that.
There's
can
some
accept
great
that.
jump scares in this one.
This motherfucker, though, he freaks me out. Ever since I seen him in Batman, dude.
So yeah, I meant to put the stag in here earlier, but spoiler alert, yeah, if we want to talk about the end of this, yeah.
Whoops.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of there's a lot of great little stuff that you could see too, like the ghost of his wife you kind of see in the beginning.
I didn't catch that
yeah,
until like when they actually like slowed down the tape and they show her.
Oh no, there's a couple even before that, like when they do like
didn't
you
even
see her
catch
in the
it.
background.
I don't know,
somewhere.
Mike.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, Mike.
Yeah.
That little girl,
Oh, she did such an amazing job.
dude. I told you, little kids freak me out, dude. That's not right. That's not right.
For a little girl who's supposed to be possessed, like, it's not like Exorcist possessed. She's sinister. Like the shit that she's telling everybody.
Don't do
Yeah.
that, Mike. Don't do that.
So there's just like some little stuff in this that I wanted to point out, like in the beginning, like the amount of time where the black and white sequences, it runs for about 8 minutes. It's kind of like a shockumentary about the killing. It's like the killing of America. Have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
It's from the 80s. Yeah, it
I've
features
seen
just
it,
like
yeah.
bunch of weird fucked up footage from
Yeah, I
burnings,
remember.
building down riots,
but see,
serial
I like
killers.
That. I like that when
So do I.
when a lot of bars do that. Some fucked up scenes of
Well,
movies.
you should like this too because that sequence is narrated by Michael Ironside.
Yeah.
Love Michael
Yeah,
Ironside.
dude.
Love Michael
When I
Ironside.
saw this in the theater, I was like, wait a minute, who the fuck is that? I'm like, I recognize that voice, and he's actually in the credits too. So
Great
that's great.
actor.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Mike? I got to tell you, there's not one single movie that he's done that I didn't like. Not one.
He's been in some great stuff.
Not
man.
one.
Yeah, so he's great. So while Late Night at the Devil is not based on any true story, it does draw inspiration from a wealth of real pop culture throughout the 1970s. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, directors Cameron and Colin Carnes revealed that their movie is a pastiche of a wide variety of titles, including the talk show The Don Lane Show and the movies The Exorcist and Network, which Network we covered on our Snuff series episode. It's kind of a snuff movie at the end.
That middle. Oh, that ain't right, Sammy.
Yeah, it's also The King of Comedy they kind of based it on.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So like I said, it kind of reminded me a lot of Night Watch, which is like another found footage kind of TV show broadcast throughout the night.
King of Comedy is unlike any other Martin Scorsese film.
What's his name? Rupert Pupkin?
Yes, and fucking De Niro, man, like De Niro, and you've never seen him do anything like that before.
Yeah, he's great in that movie. That's,
he's so good.
One of my favorite Scorsese ones. I think that's just an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so also like there's a lot of like real life shit that like kind of goes on with this movie. Christu, yeah. So Christu's stage name resembles two real life psychics or mentalists. The amazing Criswell, Charles Criswell King, who we talked about in our Misfits episode, and who was in several Ed Wood movies. Yeah, Plan 9 from Outer Space. He was also most famous for his outlandish and mostly inaccurate predictions. Yeah. While the amazing Kreskin has been performing as a mentalist for over 50 years.
Over 50?
Yeah, both made special appearances on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. They also took Christu's look bears a passing resemblance to this guy named Ravine, an Australian hypnotist who was popular in the 70s. Like we said, these guys are like, this whole production is kind of Australian, so.
Yeah.
But look at that guy. He's fucking, he fucking has some
I wore that
shit.
suit to the prom.
With the belt buckle?
Yeah.
He had bedazzled fucking, what do they call it, the lining of the jacket? Lapels.
Looks like something Liberace would wear.
So the Carmichael the Conjurer character is very clearly, including physically, based on the real-life James Randi, who was a talented magician who became a famous psychic debunker. And he started an institute that offered a large reward to anyone who could reproduce their supposed paranormal powers in controlled conditions. Over the decades, nobody was able to claim the money. Also, this is just another spoiler. I love how, like, he goes the whole movie being the skeptic and proving everything wrong. Like, he doesn't believe in anything. And then when it's revealed that the demon is real, he's immediately... He wastes no time pledging his allegiance to it.
Yeah, he whips out his little medallion.
He's like, I pledge my soul to you.
He's like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
So also, when Gus is talking to Carmichael before being hypnotized, he mentions wanting to keep his head between his shoulders. You know, he's like, my wife likes my head where it is. And then, like, it's a little foreshadowing to, like, when Carmichael is like, I promise I'll make your head spin. And in the end, Gus gets his head fucking wound around his body. Also, there's the Satanist is loosely based on Anton Xander LaVey.
I'm about to mention him later on. Abraxas.
Abraxas, as the demon.
Hey, he took our logo, Sammy.
No, we took it from him.
We definitely took it from him.
Thank you, Xandor.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if you want to bring up anything else. I can't say how much I love this movie. It was great.
It was excellent, man.
Favorite of the year.
Definitely, I'd say it's the best horror film of the year, and it's yet to be topped. It could be.
I think this really shows like David Dastmalchian is kind of a leading man. You know,
I don't know,
kind of
man.
has that power.
Not one person I've talked to said this movie wasn't. I mean, everybody I've talked to said this movie was the hit of the year.
Oh yeah.
I
gotta watch it.
We always, we love David Dastmalchian on this show. I don't know. We always talk about him.
What's wrong with this dude?
So in Prisoners, when Gyllenhaal goes to investigate him, and he goes to the house, and he's got all the snakes and the big giant Tupperware, that was fucking creepy as hell.
Of course, yeah.
See, I love snakes.
Rory Scovel kind of has a joke. I kind of was laughing about thinking about David Dastmalchian. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying I want to fuck him or anything like that, but I mean, you put the two of us in a room with a bottle of whiskey, I might let him fuck me.
Well, folks, you learned something new about Sam today.
Yeah, but is it wrong if nobody knows?
I don't know.
We all know now. It's been documented.
Yeah, so Late Night with the Devil. Fucking watch that one for sure.
So how about some TV shows?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, whatever you want to.
So I mentioned The Ones Who Live. Yeah, if you like Walking Dead, it's worth it. But if you fell out of Walking Dead years ago, then don't bother wasting your time.
If you fell out.
Well, a lot of people have. Sam, you gave up on it.
Yeah, no,
right?
I totally
never into that.
I'm with you on that. Fuck that.
The newest season of Dark Side of the Ring has been pretty damn good.
Yeah, I watched like 2 or 3 of those.
Did you hear what
far.
he just said? I'm sorry, dudes.
Can't get into it?
I have no interest in even watching it.
Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, dude, there's some great episodes.
Yeah, Mike.
There was stuff about Harley Race I never knew. If you don't watch wrestling, again, you're not gonna want to watch Dark Side of the Ring at all.
But that's what kills me. I'm a huge wrestling fan, but every time you and Mike mention it, I have no interest in looking at it.
It's a great show, I think.
Not bad, yeah.
What else has been good? The last season, the final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm was excellent.
Yeah, I'm about
Very,
halfway through
very
that.
funny.
What's the dealio?
So Larry goes on trial because he went down to Georgia to help. Remember when he had the blacks living with him?
No, I didn't see it at all.
Okay, you've never seen the show ever.
No.
I'm not going to bother explaining it to you.
Yeah,
then.
it's a long one.
Okay.
But it was funny.
So, oh God, probably one of the funniest seasons he's ever done. He's on trial because he gave water to a woman who was waiting in line to go vote. And in Georgia, I don't know if this is real or not, you're not supposed to give any food or water to anybody waiting in line to vote. So he does it. He gets in trouble. He gets arrested, and then he gets put on trial. And the jury, he doesn't like certain jurors. Certain jurors don't like him, and there's a lot of back and forth. Of course, while they were filming it, I think, or after they filmed it, the actor comedian Richard Lewis died. So it's like a tribute. The whole season's a tribute to him. But this is supposed to be the very last Curb Your Enthusiasm season. They're talking maybe they might do like a movie in the future. But if you're a diehard like Seinfeld, Curb fan, Larry David fan, you got to see this latest season.
Why can't you give anybody water or food?
Again, I don't know if this is a real law, but this is what it's going down in Georgia.
It's just a goofy Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld type thing, probably.
Yeah, because he knew the lady who was waiting in line, and so he goes to like give her a bottle of water, and then the police see him do this, and they arrest him. Yeah, but this season's great. What else is good? You know what's coming out? I don't know if you guys ever watch Hacks on HBO.
No,
I don't have HBO.
New season's coming out. I kind of like that one. It's about this aging stand-up comedian. She's very raunchy, and she has like
I think we talked about that show before.
She's like an assistant,
Bridget something.
Don't recall names, but it's like her assistant / publicist or public relations kind of person is like trying to be a friend to her, but she's also getting sued by the comedian. It's a funny show. That one's pretty decent. And I think I've mentioned on HBO before, there's a show called Somebody Somewhere. They recently filmed the latest season in Lockport, Illinois.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's some decent stuff on HBO.
So it's all comedies?
Yes. What else have I been watching lately? Of course, new season of Bar Rescue. I always enjoy that.
I watched a few episodes of that. That dude's brutal.
Oh yes, I love watching him just tear into people because you know what? He's always right.
Dude,
he's always right.
I mean, he doesn't even talk to you nice. Mike, get the fuck out of here. What did I do wrong?
But he always ends up screaming something that makes me laugh so hard. He's like, "You got Ray drinking all the IPA."
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I think a lot of that show is scripted. Because a lot of reality shows are scripted, they're not real.
Ray's up on the fucking the top of the bar, like doing the
Mike,
fucking.
That dude's mean, dude. That dude's mean.
That's why I like him because he's always right.
Like what's his name's mean? The
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, Ramsay. I'll never forget when Vince told me that. He said, "Dad, he said just get 2 pieces of bread and put it on your hand. You're an idiot sandwich, dude. That's not right. You don't talk to people like that, Mike."
Again, all of Gordon Ramsay's shows are probably scripted too. But
like he says insults, but they're like they almost don't sound. He's like, "You fucking donkey." You're like donkey.
It's like his British slang.
You're like, what is
or
that?
his Scottish slang. Yeah. Ploinka. Huh? Anyway, so
that would fuck me up. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm offended. Like, what is that?
Should I be offended? So, got a field trip idea for everybody who's watching and listening to us. If you live in the Chicagoland area, or if you live in Savannah, Georgia area, there's 2 museums you got to check out. The name of the museum is the same in both cities, but I found out about this place because I watch on YouTube. I think I've mentioned Grim Life Collective before. Yep. So last time they were in Chicago, they went to this museum on Milwaukee Avenue. It's about 1800 North Milwaukee Avenue in, I think, the Bucktown neighborhood. It's called the Grave Face Museum. You'll like this, Sam, because they also own a company. I can't remember the name, but they do scores. They redo scores of horror films and put them on vinyl.
Nice.
And
wow.
I actually seen their booth at the last convention I went to. They had the vinyl soundtrack to Linnea Quigley's zombie horror workout.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the museum is also a record store. They sell DVDs, posters. your Ghana posters.
Oh yeah.
They got a whole ton of those.
Deadly Prey?
Yes,
Yeah,
Deadly Prey.
those
They
are
got a
great.
whole box filled of those. But it's also a museum. You pay $10 and you do the tour, and there is a tour guide, but a lot of it is kind of self-guided. They got some fucked up shit in there. So
I want to know what a zombie workout is.
you never seen it? You can watch it on. Watch it on YouTube. Linnea Quigley's Zombie Workout.
I got it on Plex. You can watch it on Plex.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to the museum, it's a fucked up museum. They got a lot of murderabilia. They have John Wayne Gacy's artwork. They have the largest collection of
Linnea Quigley's horror workout.
horror
is what it's
workout.
called.
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to the museum, they have the biggest collection of John Wayne Gacy's artwork. It's the real artwork that he's done.
Oh, serious?
They have letters that he wrote on the wall. They got this whole collection from his sister. She gave it to them for free. She just wanted to get rid of it. And it's kind of disturbing. I mean, it's very disturbing, but she didn't want anything to do with it anymore. I mean, she's probably up there in age. The museum wanted it because they were telling her, like, this, as disgusting and wrong as it is, this does belong in a museum in a very odd, macabre way. So they have a lot of serial killer, let's call it murderabilia on the walls. They have a lot of stuff from the Church of Satan. Anton Szandor LaVey, they have his cloak. They have a dagger.
They have his cloak?
They have a cane. They got all stuff taken from his office. And the Church of Satan, or the Satanic Temple, I think at one time had an address in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
And he was born in Chicago at the John Hancock
I think
Tower.
it was like right around like the Playboy Club or something.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think some. I shouldn't say this word, but I don't care. You would think some idiot people would protest places like that.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think a lot of people know about this place. It originated in Savannah, Georgia, the Gray Face Museum. And I guess that's a much bigger location. This one on Milwaukee Avenue is just a little storefront.
I would check it out, dude.
It's worth seeing once.
I want to see what he wrote.
I mean, there was one letter there that was written to a 15-year-old kid. It's pretty fucked up. One interesting thing.
Gacy?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's on the wall, this letter that he wrote to some kid. The real interesting thing there is his ties to the mob. There was a mobster back in the day who was in charge of all male prostitution in Chicago, tied to Gacy because Gacy was buying these prostitutes for, services. And this mobster, I don't think he ever got in trouble. He never went down for anything. But this is taken like from the FBI. They have like a whole list of like, here's the mobster in the middle, and then like arrows pointing to all these things, and then a lot of the arrows point down to Gacy, how it all follows and trickles down to him. Interesting stuff like that. They talk about Gacy's partner who was in business with him. Gacy had a like a Mr. Fix-It kind of company that would do like carpentry and things around the area he lived in. And his partner never got in any trouble, never went down for any of the crimes, but I'm sure he knew about everything that was going on with Gacy and these young boys.
That's kind of what they say is like a lot of people think he might have had a partner. There was also
He did.
rumors that he was like maybe that they were killing with the with those guys, the Chicago Ripper crew, like Robin Gecht and those guys.
They do mention him, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really see that happening. I don't know. One of those guys all would have like flipped on each other, I mean, they're all such pieces of shit.
The whole true crime aspect of Gacy's case and other serial killers, you see a lot of this stuff on the walls of this museum.
I don't care, man. If Mikey did all this shit and I knew him, I'm the fuck out of there. I'm changing my name. Fuck that shit, dude. I don't want to be any part of that shit.
Well, I think a lot of serial
man.
I think a lot of serial killers' families have changed their names,
dude.
But there's stuff from Manson. There's stuff from Jim Jones in there. There's a bunch of fucking crap. So I mean, if you have an interest in true crime or murderabilia, this museum might. I mean, I've gone once now. I don't plan on ever really returning. I did tell them about the podcast though.
Oh, nice.
But the tour guide, his name was Cruz. Nice kid. Very informative. Knew a lot about everything that was there. The whole collection. I made a couple videos because I was allowed to record in there, so I'm just walking around with my phone, filming stuff. But if you want to see the Grim Life Collective episode, just find them on YouTube, Grave Face Museum, and their video is more in depth about everything that's in there. So Grave Face Museum, Milwaukee Avenue, Chicago. Go there.
I think OJ's car, his Bronco, just sold for like $1.7 million or something like that.
Who the fuck bought that?
I think that it's in the same museum that has Ted Bundy's VW bug.
Wow.
See, you know what? If Mike said
weird and
if
macabre.
Mike said, "Hey, Sam, we're near that museum," I'd have to be near it. I'd go, but I'm not going to make a trip to it.
I made the
I
trip.
would.
They also have very
fucking
weird
awesome.
taxidermy in there, like 3-legged goats and dogs and weird shit. Yeah, it's kind of like a freak show.
That entices you?
No, I should take Cleon, a three-legged goat.
There you go.
Oh, my trap monkey.
He would enjoy it. Well, he might end up getting stuffed. Get stuffed.
Yeah.
Like I said, weird
Why'd you have
taxidermy
to say
there.
that,
so-
Mike? Why'd you have to say that?
I'm warning you. Don't take them.
You know what, Sammy? Would you?
That was
if-
another
if
Enfield
Mike,
Poltergeist
if Mike-
line. Get stuffed.
If Mike said, if we were out and we were working the same place, and Mike said, "Hey, buddy, hey, Sammy, you and Sal, it's right around the corner. Would you go?" I would
we
go.
almost went to the torture museum together, but they were
that's right.
closed.
They were closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did go there.
Yeah,
you know
me
what?
too, eventually.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Mike. I'd be interested to see what he wrote.
I mean,
Oh,
it's,
for sure,
it's-
yeah.
a lot of that stuff's been documented. You could find it out there if you do your research, but the actual letter is on the wall. And all his
How
artwork.
did
Everything from
Sammy,
like this
How the fuck?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I mean, he was big into like the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. All that artwork's on the wall there. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Fucked up.
But
I mean,
like I said, if
it's interesting.
I ain't gonna lie. I'd have to check it out. I'd have to check it out. But I'm not like if Mike said let's go right now. No, I'd have to be either in that area already or Mike didn't tell us.
I'd go check it out.
But great Puerto Rican place right next to it. You get some kick-ass empanadas. They had a coconut empanada. It's delicious.
Is it a creepy museum though?
Well, yeah, because of the shit that's in there.
No, I mean outside. The outside looking. Does it?
Yeah,
is
every
No, it
item
just-
contains one soul of a dead fucking
just looks like a
murdered
record
boy.
shop.
No. I meant the outside. The
No,
outside.
when you
know,
walk in,
creepy-
it just looks like a record store. But then behind like a curtain, that's where the museum is.
I've been behind a lot of curtains.
I imagine
bet
like
you
you
have.
go to pay for you go to pay for records. The guy's like, huh, King Diamond, fucking merciful. You want to see some shit, guy?
Yeah, that's right.
Like that museum's not open for everybody.
Yeah.
You got to know a secret code word to get in there.
I mean, you know me, I'm such a nerd. The day Grim Life put the video out, I went there. I watched the video. I'm like, I'm going there right now, and I just left
really?
the house and I drove there.
Damn.
Where's it located again?
It's on Milwaukee Avenue on the north side of Chicago in Bucktown. It's like 1800 North Milwaukee. But just Google Grave Face Museum. Speaking of museums, you're gonna love this. There is a post-punk and industrial music museum in Bridgeport, and it's been there for 3 years.
No
and
shit.
Martin Atkins owns it and does the tour.
Holy shit.
But you can only go there by appointment,
Really?
and you can't even find the address
I'm gonna make
online.
one. Really?
Like if you do research, people like on Reddit put it's around like 34th and Halstead, but there's no address listed on Google. It's kind of like a secret hidden thing.
Kind of word of
That's
mouth thing,
awesome.
huh?
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna go check that out.
there are some new museums in the Chicagoland area. If you're ever visiting, go check those out.
See, man, stuff out
In
there.
Vegas, they got a punk rock museum now
Yeah,
too. That
I
should
do
be
want
really
to.
cool.
Didn't Fat Mike open it?
Yeah.
I would like
And
to
he
see
like
that
hangs
one.
out there and gives tours. Like everybody from that community, like hangs out and gives tours.
Is he
Yeah.
a skinny dude, Mike?
No, doesn't he go in drag sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah, he wears a skirt or whatnot.
No effects. You got any no effects?
Oh, tons of no effects. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so coming up, like it's April right now, but summer's going to be here before we know it. We're going to get super busy with work.
Eat.
So if you may not hear from us for a while, but first weekend in August, Flashback Weekend. This is, in my opinion, the best horror movie convention in the whole Midwest. First weekend in August, we're probably going to be there Saturday. I think it's August 3rd. You got a Thing reunion. You've got the Warriors reunion. Who else is going to be there? Go to flashbackweekend.com. You can see all the guest lists. It's going to be a good one this year, but that's not till August. So
I just want to see the Warriors.
yeah, I think that's the first time that they're doing a Warriors reunion in Chicago.
In Chicago, you said, yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know it's going to be jam-packed, dude.
Oh yeah, the Hyatt O'Hare.
You know it's
right,
going to be jam-packed.
right by O'Hare in Rosemont. Big size hotel. I mean, we worked there. I'm working there this week. So big hotel, big vendor area. It'll be cool. So thank you all for listening, subscribing, watching us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, Instagram. And please email us. Sam, what's the email?
Cockfuckingdevil@nightowls.com.
Cockfuckingdevil.
Last 2 rows of horror at gmail.com.
.com, yeah. Sick. We are heathens. Thanks for listening. Keep it horrific. Bye.